Hello, everyone.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome to another episode of
This is the Circle Podcast.
My name is James.
It is your host, Philip.
my name is Daniel.
Like always, I'm here with my best friends.
All right, so today will be a pretty fun episode.
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, goodbye.
Goodbye, party people.
See ya.
So I asked my manager, who has a PhD in neuroscience, and he was saying that the main answer is we still don't know. Like, we don't really get it. Like, he said for what they think is that it's a combination of a physical connection and then like a field, like a strength of electrical charges. He was saying that some neurons will have like more electricity pass versus other neurons, and it's like tied to what those neurons are doing. But besides that, we literally have no idea what thought is or what a memory is, like physically. Like, we have no idea. It's like, dude, this is crazy. It's crazy to think.
So what makes someone smarter than someone else?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have my own theories about that, but scientifically, I have no clue. And that's one thing too. I think IQ tests are full of shit. I feel like you can't really test. Like, I don't think you can put a number to intelligence, right?
I don't know. I mean, there are very intelligent people out there, you know, but yeah, it's very weird to measure that.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think what I don't like about IQ tests is that, from my understanding, your IQ is kind of fixed. Like, if you have a low IQ, you're always going to have a low IQ. If you have a high IQ, you're always going to have a high IQ. But I don't think intelligence works that way. Because obviously you could learn more things. You can get smarter. You could be better at recognizing patterns. Like, I don't know. We change, like, as humans.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's what I don't like about the idea of that. But I don't know.
Should ask him that.
I should ask him that. That'd be a good question.
Should ask him how smart he thinks he is.
I should ask him.
He considers himself smart.
I feel like that's the thing, man. That's what's crazy. A lot of the people that I've met through the summer are extremely, like, humble. Mm-hmm. Like, we've had so many, like, talks or presentations on imposter syndrome. And it's crazy. Every single one, like, no matter who I've talked to or whoever's been doing the presentation has said, like, yeah, like, imposter syndrome is real. You're going to feel like you're not smart enough, or like, I don't belong here, or like, these people are above me. Which is crazy to think, because you think that all those people would have like a huge ego or like a huge head, you know what I mean? And then even more so with their culture of like feedback. That's what's crazy too. Like, everyone's so gung-ho about like, please tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I could do better. I feel like that's a sign of intelligence. If you could self-assess and realize what your weaknesses are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, because I swear, some of the people who are the most confident in terms of what they know are like some of the most ignorant people I've ever met. Mm-hmm. You know?
I think a lot of time it's more about being right than wrong. You know?
Yeah.
And when you want to be right all the time is when you stop learning.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Is this thing recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, who's even the host? I don't even know who the host is.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Hello and welcome back to the Circle Podcast. Three best friends here talking about, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Used to be four.
Yeah, our fourth best friend. Just
R.I.P.
Yeah, just
gone and also forgotten.
just decided not to show up. No, he's busy. So we're winging it.
Aren't
like
we
we
all?
always do. But yeah, welcome back. My name's Philip. If you don't know us, we're four best friends that used to get together, share what's going on in our lives, what's bothering us, and venting it all out. And yeah. my two best friends would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, world. My name is James. And I am here. Shout out to Alyssa.
Also, hello. Welcome back, whoever's returning. And welcome, whoever is here for the first time. We appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
With you saying that, I didn't tell you guys this, but I signed us up to be on Amazon Prime's music section when they do release it for podcasts. So they said if you sign up early, you'll more than likely be accepted into it. And I also signed us up for, I don't know the name of the app. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to butcher it, but it's spelled Gaana. Is that?
I don't know. It's a podcasting app?
Yeah, it's an
Gaana?
app in India.
Right? Oh my God, Vegana.
Oh, it's an app over there in India. It's
Coincidence? I think not.
I think it's the biggest app over there for podcasting. I signed us up for that, and
Dope.
And to all you new listeners that are catching up to this episode, welcome. It's nice to see you here because when I did that, we had a major spike in India. We had at least like 50 downloads.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
within like the first like week.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one, thank you, Philip. I love the work being done behind the scenes.
This is gonna be a disaster. Sorry.
And two, to all our Indian.
Oh yeah,
It's fine. We'll get some interesting highlights.
We're about to have a pussy fight go on.
Yeah. To all our Indian listeners, thank you. I'm a huge fan of your food. I love curry. Just want to throw that out there. And any other listeners, Nepali, Bangladesh. I think Bangladesh is around there too.
I think it's above it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Love
if they
you
like,
all.
I don't know if they like to be considered Indian.
Well, I'm just saying, like the region, like
I know.
Asian,
I've come across
Southeast Asian,
some
or Southwest
Bengali
Asian.
people. Indian.
Oh no, yeah, I have some friends that are Nepali
Okay,
that
geez.
do the same thing too. Or, what's funny, I have one friend who's from India, and I have another friend who's from Nepali, and they're the most racist people, like to each other, to their face too. It's really fucking funny.
I know. I was like, geez, okay, you're Asian.
Dude, we went to this restaurant once, and like they were literally arguing over if the restaurant was Nepali or
Yeah.
Indian, and they're like, "This is Nepali curry," and the other guy's like, "No, fuck you, this is Indian curry." I'm like, "Bro, it's just curry."
I don't know about you, but it's good.
Yeah, yeah. But damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan too, I guess. I love Bollywood and their movies. I love that your population is like over 1 billion.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Are we just like naming Indian facts and then saying we love in the
I don't
front
know
of it?
anything about Indian culture, but thanks for listening.
No, I'm kidding. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, but this, I mean, it's also, this is our 50th episode, right?
Our 50th episode.
is
I
our-
would say
damn.
this is a fucking landmark.
Yes.
Dude, 2 more episodes. It'll be a year of episodes.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
God damn, a year passed by that quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it'll be a year from our first episode, but like,
No, I know.
yeah, we'll have
in
enough
general.
episodes
Mhm.
that
That's wild.
it's a full year.
That is wild.
It's pretty crazy.
Look at us.
I don't even remember starting this.
Who'd have thought?
I blink and I was here.
I feel like I remember like the very first episode, and then everything else is just a blur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go back and listen to, the episodes or at least watch them, but I can't.
It's just too much.
It is,
It's
yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I
I feel like I remember most of the episodes.
I remember the ones where I got drunk, which was a few of them.
like I remember all the topics we've done, but I don't remember the conversations. Or like
I don't remember all the topics.
eh.
Yeah, I remember it.
Oh yeah.
It's,
What did we do 3 episodes ago?
no, I meant like if I were to listen to it, I would remember what was said. And, it
I
would
think
jog
I
back.
think so too. Yeah.
It would sound familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here we are, 50th episode.
Ooh.
We got our 2 cats, my cat Disco, Andy's cat Oreo, they're down here.
They're getting acquainted. You may hear a little.
Yeah.
Hopefully
So
a fight.
just know that they're like both over dramatic. They have yet to touch each other, but they yell like they're being murdered.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
And
They just. I feel like they want to be friends. It's just like they're not sure.
yeah, they're both just on
You know?
defense.
Just go. She's laying down. Like it's nothing aggressive.
Yeah.
Oreo was just very vocal.
It doesn't help that Disco's very vocal either.
Oh, here we go.
Should we close the door? Maybe we should close the door.
Okay.
Or do you want the randomness?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
All right.
It's your guys' house.
I think it'll be cool.
For sure.
I think it'll be cool.
That's one thing to all you people listening who have cats. We've been taking it very slow, so don't think we just like threw our cats together.
Dude,
Or
I would have
like,
just locked them up first day.
in a bathroom, let them figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. This is what, like 2.5, almost 3 months in
Yeah.
of slowly trying to acclimate them. Things are getting better.
This reminds me of the last episode. At a point in that episode, I said that I would punt a cat any day. I just want to like clarify. I want to clarify. I would punt a cat any day if it's attacking me. Because I listened back to that episode and I'm like, oh, I sound like such a fucking asshole right here. But I just want to clarify. Only if it's attacking me. I wouldn't just see a random cat and be like, fuck this cat, and just punt it across the street.
Play cat sack.
Like
Please don't judge
like
me.
the Zohan.
Yeah, I'd punt a baby before I punt a cat.
I have a lot of patience with cats. I realize that. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I understand now, like I still have this was from like a week ago and this shit's barely healing. And even when my cat scratched me, I was just like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" Like it really is like you're in an abusive relationship. But
it almost has to be abusive because they don't know better.
They
know what I mean?
don't.
You do.
yeah,
So it's
I
like
think that's what it is.
that
They're
there's-
innocent.
Yeah, when they scratch you, it's not like
Yeah,
will.
like
It's just
she
like-
wasn't trying to attack
yeah,
me
yeah.
or hurt me. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And again, that's what makes me like cats even more, dude. They're fucking wild. They're
Yeah.
wild animals. Like a dog is no longer really wild.
Yeah.
yeah.
You take a dog that's been in a house all its life and drop it in the middle of the forest, it won't make it. Man, you could have a cat till it's 18 years. House cat, drop in the middle of the forest, it'll be fucking fine, dude.
Yeah, that motherfucker will come back 10 years later.
Still alive. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it's like if you're say like these people that own tigers, right?
I don't fucking trust tigers.
This is my this is my
don't
thing
fucking
though. This
trust
is my
tigers.
thing. No, it's weird to call that an abusive relationship if the tiger's like fucking you up all the time. It's like no shit, it's a fucking tiger, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not an abusive relationship. Like you love the tiger, but the tiger doesn't know better. You know, he just wants to eat you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. If cats were bigger, it would be the same scenario.
yeah.
But they're just so small that they're kind of cute now. You know? But that's one thing I would never fucking buy a tiger. And like, besides all the ethical stuff or whatever, like I just do not fucking trust big cats, man.
Yeah.
They were 100% instinct. You could care for that baby cub its
Yeah.
whole life, and it just takes one bad day,
Dude,
and
it could just
it'll
have
kill you.
It could just have a tooth just irritating it that day. And
It'll kill
fucking
you.
like, "Wow."
And it won't feel guilt. It won't feel sorry like a dog might feel
It'll
sorry.
still sleep peacefully that
Yep.
day.
Have you guys heard that? It's a thing. So when people die in their when people die in their house and they have like cats,
Uh-huh. Oh, cats will eat the body.
cats will like eat their face.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Will
yeah.
eat their face. Yeah.
Dude, see, this is the thing that bothers me about you guys becoming like cat guys.
Why?
Like, you guys find out the weirdest shit about cats.
I forgot where I heard this from, but yeah,
I've heard
it's
of
like
it
it's a
happening,
thing.
but I don't know if it's like
it
a
happens.
common thing. Like
But
most
it
cats
happens
do it.
like
yeah, it does
because they don't know
happen.
better. Obviously, they just like start eating your face.
They're hungry.
Yeah, they just start eating you.
You know, that doesn't bother me, man. Like if I were to die, I'm totally okay with my cats
Yeah.
eating me.
I think it's a thing with dogs as well. Yeah, that they've come
They'll eat
across
you?
that when like say older people die. I remember where I found it. So I was following this page on Instagram called Med School Posts or something.
Or is it me dizzy?
No, it's called Med School
Oh,
Post.
okay.
And so this old person, I think she had a stroke.
Hmm.
And she was laying unconscious for a while, and I think she died. But I don't know if they brought her back to life or whatever. But the picture of her was just of her face, just like gone. And it said in the caption that
The
it's
dog ate
known
it?
that I think it was a dog. No, it was a cat. It's known that cats just start eating you.
Why the
and-
face?
I don't know. It's soft.
Maybe tender.
It's like wet food.
True.
But I read
There's
that, I was
something
like,
I was gonna
dude,
say.
what the hell? That's how you know they're fucking wild. They just start eating you.
Dude, I take back what I said about punting.
I remember what I was
now.
saying. I remember what I was saying. Dude, have you guys seen that people are training their dogs to communicate with like buttons?
Yes, like message boards.
Yeah.
Dude,
At first,
to.
I've been seeing videos of this for like months now, and I just wouldn't believe it. I'm like, no, like there's no way. This is just like coincidence.
Uh-huh.
Like the owner's probably filming all day, and they probably cut the one snippet that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Until there's a TikTok channel of a dog that communicates, and like the amount of videos she posts, I'm like, dude, no, this dog has to actually understand.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man. And it just makes me think that, well, one, I'm convinced that we are accelerating like the evolution of these animals that we have close to us. I'm convinced we are, because we're actively trying to teach it, you
Yeah.
know? And this is the first time I feel like that's probably been experienced. Like no one is actively trying to teach humans. So I'm sure there's something going on that we don't understand. But I just can't help but think, like, if we really start to research this, you really start to, like, I don't know, come up with technology around it. I'm just hoping in 20 years we'll have a fucking collar that translates.
Dude, just like up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so crazy. But, dude, it's fucking insane seeing. Like,
That's
I
why
don't
I
know if
haven't
you've
seen
seen
it.
those
I haven't
videos. So
seen
it's
it.
like
Oh,
this
dude,
huge board.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, and like you picture like that button from Staples that says like that was easy. Remember that button? It's a bunch of buttons, but they all have just words, right? So it'll have a word that says no, yes, outside, play, food,
Treat.
park,
Yeah.
stranger,
I love you. Like,
yeah.
What the hell?
All
And
kinds of shit.
It's crazy because like these dogs will literally go up and like it'll hit like food, which fair enough. That's like fairly simple, right?
Yeah.
But then the lady will say no, and the dog will say food, please, or like yes, food, like trying to like
What?
argue, or it'll say like stranger, outside, and it's like yeah, I know it's the mailman, it's okay, like yeah. It's crazy, dude.
I don't know if I like that.
Dude, that
Dude.
gets me excited.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I immediately told Alyssa, like, we need to teach Chance how to do this.
To do that.
Because I fucking love this little guy. I need to know what he's thinking, and I need him to tell me. You know, does he need belly rubs? Just tell me, bro, and I'll give it to you.
That's so weird.
Tell me what you need.
I'll
That's so
drop
weird to
what I
me.
got right now and give you those fucking belly rubs.
That's
I'll
so
give you
weird.
belly rub you fucking
And
want.
what's crazy is I'm starting to realize, or maybe I'm thinking too much into this, but I'm starting to feel like, dude, cats understand. They just don't give a fuck.
Dude, they're assholes.
Yeah, but like just today, Rico, one of our cats, Rico, he was standing on the couch, and there was like not disco, mosh pit's food bowl on the counter, and he was looking at it, and he's looking like he was about to jump, and I was like, Rico, no. And then he just kind of looked at me and was just like moving his eyes, and then he looked like he was gonna do it again. I'm like, Rico, and then he just kind of like put his head down and turned around. I'm like, you fucking know, you're not supposed to be up there.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so weird. That's scary to me. I think it might just be like the human voice aspect when they press buttons. Stranger. You know what I
because
mean?
it's like kind of robotic.
I'd rather just like them bark and I understand that bark. Just stranger outside. Just stranger outside. Okay. You know what I mean? Instead of them pressing a button, it's like stranger outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, cats are fucking. I'm starting to realize, as well, that cats are way smarter than what I used to think.
Well, real quick, let me just throw this in real quick. Random cat fact: they actually have twice as many neurons as dogs. So scientists do suspect that cats are actually smarter than dogs.
I wouldn't, because you can train a cat just like you can train a dog.
Yeah,
It kind of makes sense on like an evolution kind of thing, right? Because dogs descend from wolves. You know,
Mhm.
they kind of need a pack.
right.
You don't
And-
really need to be the smartest in a pack.
Yeah,
But with cats.
A lot of cats are
they're
very
always
solitary.
Yeah, they're very alone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're so observant too.
Oh
They're
yeah.
always just like watching and.
So
picking up
are
on
they?
things.
Do they have twice as many neurons as a wolf? Or
I
like
mean,
a
I
domesticated
don't know.
dog?
I don't know if there's a difference in
Okay.
terms of the amount of neurons that a dog.
Because
and a
what I'm
wolf
thinking
has.
is that, dude, could that have been from like domestication? Do you think we dumbed down dogs, and then now we're trying to?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about that. That would be an interesting thing to look up.
Yeah.
See if there's a difference between wolves and dogs.
But yeah, or like what I was saying earlier, that I'm starting to realize how smart Oreo is.
Mm.
Because she'll like. It's weird. It's very weird because. So I close my door, right, and at night we just sleep together, or sometimes I'll open it when she cries. But she'll literally stand, like I'll sleep on my side. She'll literally stand in my face, and she'll just put her paw out, like you know how they do the fucking paw. And she'll just like rub my nose, like she'll just like, and it'll wake me up. So one, she understands that I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Two, she understands how to wake something up
Right.
somehow, right?
Yeah.
Three, she's hungry and she knows how to tell someone she's hungry.
But she's waking you up in a non-violent
Yeah,
way.
and
Yeah,
that way
that's
too.
another thing
Like,
too.
and it's very gentle.
He's sleeping, so I gotta
Yeah.
be nice to him.
Yeah.
If I
It's
want
so-
this food,
Dude, like she'll do that and I'll just be like, she'll be like, you know, it's dark, their pupils are just fucking massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck, okay.
You go feed her.
But that fucking,
Yeah.
that's so weird to me
Yeah.
that she understands, like, you
Those
know, those
things.
4 main points.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I learned about Buttercup too, because she used to sleep with me in my room, and when she wanted out, she wouldn't be as gentle as that. She would come up and lick my face,
Yeah.
like my fucking eyelids, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, and I'm like, all right, and then she hops off, and then I let her out. But yeah,
Yeah,
they're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm starting to understand that. I'm just like, whoa, man, you're relax the, you know, the intelligence, okay?
Your dogs. I think
Trying to
that's
freak me
why.
out.
Like, I feel like I totally baby my cats. Like, but I think it's for that reason. Like, for instance, I purposely buy canned food variety packs so they're not eating the same shit every day.
Okay.
Because I just think like, man, I would hate if I was eating the same thing every single day. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
or like for instance, I'll always wash their bowls before I feed them. I'll always hand wash them, and it's because like, dude, like I don't want to like, I don't know, like what if I'm eating on the same dirty plate every day? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just think
Yeah.
that like I literally treat them as if they were a human.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
I'm
funny,
not
but-
that
No,
way.
that's pretty funny because it's like this came from like a wild animal and just got domesticated into this fucking thing.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, man. Those cats, they fucking trust me, bro.
Yep.
Those cats trust me.
Yeah.
I could fucking swing them around.
Dude,
and-
nothing makes me more happy than taking Duke to a dog park because this dude, man, like he's always attentive. He's always by me. But when he finds a dog to go like run and chase, right, he'll go. If I whistle, that dude will hear me. He'll look, and then just start fucking bolting. Like something's wrong, and he'll run over. He's like, oh, nothing's wrong. He's just chilling. And then
It's funny.
But he's just, dude, he's such a fucking good dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I want that companionship
Dude, but
Yeah.
it's
eventually.
having a pet is a relationship that you have to foster. You have
Yeah.
to work at. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. They kind of just have a pet, like just to say they have a pet,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, no, it's a life. Like,
Yeah.
it's a relationship. You got to work at it.
What bothers me is when like a family, like the parents will get a dog, right? Oh, we got it for the kids so they can grow up with it, and then like they don't really like teach that dog like obedience, you
Mhm.
know, and then they always wonder why the dog's fucking barking or like
Yeah.
up at night just doing stupid shit. It's just like, yeah, because you basically just gave it to the kids and expect the kids to know what to do with it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yesterday I came across an ad for dog food, and it was by some vet. I don't remember his name, but I learned a lot from that video, and it made me want to change my dog's diet.
Mm.
You know, because I learned like what they should be having,
Mhm.
and a lot of like brands that are in the stores, like just nasty shit in it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Nasty shit.
No, yeah, I did research
Yeah.
into the food that I.
That's the
Oh,
number one
yeah.
thing I wanted was for her not to have like
Yeah.
you know,
Nasty food.
nasty food. I wanted like well made, well processed or whatever you want to call
whole
it.
ingredients.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a big, that's the biggest maybe, like key factor in prolonging their life. Is just what they're eating, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely.
because they're eating that every day.
Yeah.
You know, well
The-
for me, they're eating this. She's eating that same dry food every day. So
The thing about dogs though is that for them to be happy, serotonin works off their digestive system. So if they're not digesting good food, they don't get as much serotonin, so they're not
Dude,
as happy.
I was just learning about that. How much like serotonin is tied to your gut, like even for humans.
yeah,
Like there's a really
Gut
strong
health.
connection.
I think
with
that's-
serotonin in your.
I think that's why you hear so many
Digestive tract.
like big name people saying like stop eating terrible things because you're gonna feel shitty.
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
I mean, I say that, but I eat terrible.
no, I mean
I've been getting better lately.
everybody. I mean, like everybody does. You know, everybody has fast food. It's convenient at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, your gut biome is very. Yeah,
it's very important.
my mom would always tell me that.
I've
'Cause
just
she
been
got big into kombucha and stuff.
Mm. I've just been trying to be very simple with my diet. I try my best to eat a vegetable or a fruit with every meal. And I'm pretty good about the fruit. Like I always have at least some type of piece of fruit in the morning. And then vegetables, you know, I slip it up here and there, but I snack on carrots quite a bit.
Mm.
But yeah, man, it's weird to think because you think about what, you know, humans are accustomed to, and it's all live foods, right? Like you think of back when we were cavemen, we were eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, or meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's so easy if you're not careful to just eat a bunch of like, I don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is a Cheeto? Like, what is that? What does that come? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's just something processed. Like,
Yeah.
there's no fucking Cheeto tree.
it's just
Yeah.
the variety we have, man. You know, like
Yeah.
back then, obviously they didn't have anything. They had variety, but it was, you know, like grown. You know, it's growing on its own, and you have to go and find it variety. Right? You
Yeah.
know,
But it's
obviously
just
everything
weird
is
because
natural.
you think about what we ate before, and like literally everything was alive. Everything had cells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything came from something that was alive. I don't know. Does a Cheeto have like cells? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is a Cheeto? Like,
Yeah, I don't think it has.
I don't
cells.
know.
I mean,
Yeah,
I had
man.
like weird.
I look at
Not
all
living
chips
cells.
like this is not healthy. Like this is not good for me.
No, it can't be.
I don't know, man.
Maybe potato chips can be the healthiest. Because they're like at least coming from a vegetable.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. But I've been like thinking about this more and more, especially like where I want to live when I'm older. But like I definitely want to get into hunting and conservation, like
Mm.
hunt a deer or some animal that I can feed off of for however long, and then I want to have a home where I grow my own like fruits and vegetables, you know,
Yeah.
in the backyard, whatever it may be. But I want to start moving towards that when, you know, I am capable of doing it.
Yeah. No, yeah, that'd be ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted because one of my uncles, he lives, kind of, I don't know, not north, but he lives north from here. But he used to grow all his own fruits and vegetables. And when I used to go visit him, like as a kid, I was like fascinated. Like, dude, this is crazy. You know, you could just like, well, I need a tomato.
Just go in the backyard.
On the backyard,
Yeah.
pick it. You know.
Yeah.
And I was fascinated by that, and I
Mhm.
from then on, I've always wanted to like try to. I really want to grow avocados.
Mm.
That's one thing that I want to
Mm.
do, and fruit. I want to grow like oranges, like have an orange tree or something. I don't know if I'd get into like extreme farming and just growing every vegetable that I need, but
Mm.
I do want to experience like taking care of like a tree and
Yeah.
you know,
I
being able
came
to eat
across a random video on YouTube, and this page is amazing. It's just a page of like different lifestyles of homes that people have and the way they live off the land or whatever it may
Mm.
be to be more sustainable,
Mm.
right? And the first video I came across was this like 80-year-old architect who had 400 acres of land in Northern California. And this dude, him and his wife built everything on his land. Like they had a smaller house where I think their 3 children lived and grew up in. And they they taught them at home. Small house, and then they moved to this. He literally said, like, I was sitting here one day on a rock, and I was like, I want to build a house here. And he designed this house that just looked beautiful. It was all open. Like, he's like, what do I have to care about privacy? You know, I'm on 400 acres of land.
Yeah, so it's
You
like
know?
all windows.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's
Had
cool.
a workshop of where he put all his like tractors and all that. Did all of it himself. It was beautiful. But the one thing he had was a river that flowed through his property that he was able to sustain power from. And then he had his own greenhouse connected to his house where he grew all his plants and vegetables. It like seeing that makes I want to start moving towards that, because it's like I don't want to have to rely on certain things, you know.
I'm glad as a society that we're moving more towards that, being more sustainable. I think that's one of the biggest things that gives me hope about our future.
Yeah.
But dude, fucking taking care of plants can be really fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, I've been slowly buying plants here and there, and I have this one plant. It's called a rosy maiden hair fern, and dude, I've been like, it feels like I've been giving this plant like CPR for the last 2 weeks. Like, I'm like, don't die on me, don't die on me. And the reason is, like, we got it, so it's in my shower. And the reason why we got it is because it does well in like humid and moist environments, right? And it needs low light. So like, dude, perfect. We put it on the windowsill in the shower. But the issue is that, like, well, I don't know, because it was saying that one, it's very sensitive to fluoride, right? So, and we didn't know this until like a week in. So like, you can't just use tap water because it starts to like fuck it up. So you have to use purified or like mineral water, which we now have been doing. But the other thing too is it doesn't do well with cold temperatures. And this house gets fucking cold because we always have the AC on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I've just been trying to like fucking keep that thing alive. Another fun fact: the other day, I don't know why, I went on this like deep dive on like fruits and vegetables. Did you know? Because like we've all heard that tomato is actually a fruit, right? Did you know that like cucumber is a fruit too? And like,
I didn't know that. I actually thought that was a vegetable.
No, cucumber's a fruit. Same with
Seeds.
avocado.
Well,
Avocado's a
seeds.
right. Avocado. You know what a banana is? A berry.
What?
Yeah,
Banana's a berry?
a banana is a berry. And you know what's crazy? A blueberry is not actually a berry. It's like some other word. I can't remember the name of it. Same with a strawberry. It's not a berry.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, so technically speaking, so like the way it works is okay, so there's something called, or let me just explain it this way. Any plant that you consume is technically considered a vegetable, right? So imagine there's this whole realm of vegetables. But then within that, there's other like subclasses. So like a fruit is still technically a vegetable, but it's its own little subclass. Same with berries, same with like nuts or whatever, right? But what's crazy is that technically speaking, or like botanically speaking, a vegetable is anything other than like the flower, the leaves, or like anything that grows off of that. So like vegetables are literally only like roots, or sorry, no, I'm getting it backwards. It's everything except I can't think of the fucking word. Anything that grows off the ovary of the plant. There's a word for it. So like the stem, the roots, and the leaves are the only things that's considered like a true vegetable. Everything else is not a vegetable. So that's why like cucumbers, avocados, tomatoes, all those things that actually grow off the plant that isn't like a stem or a leaf or a root is some other subclass of fruit.
I feel like there's always this, I don't know. I feel like school always tried to pit us, always try to make fruits and vegetables fight.
Yeah, like they were against
Like,
each
that's
other.
No,
not
it's a fruit.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's a vegetable. I'm like, I don't care, man. We just eat
I mean, yeah, it
It's
doesn't
good.
matter. It all grows off a plant.
How,
I think
how crazy is it though that we've gone our whole lives thinking they're separate, and what
oh
you're
yeah,
saying-
it's all the same.
yeah, and it's like we're like 24 years old. We're just now knowing.
Finding,
this.
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's pretty shocking. I think it's just we're so used to thinking that anything sweet is a fruit.
I was
and
about to say
anything
that.
not is a vegetable.
Anything sweet to me is like a fruit. Anything that you kind of have to season as a vegetable. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm bad when it comes to eating my greens, man. I'm fucking terrible.
Yeah, same. Well, no,
it's a fruit or a vegetable.
I get
I
my
don't give a
greens
fuck.
I get my
I care
greens through
about meat.
broccoli.
Yeah, you eat a lot of broccoli.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, I fucking love fruit, man. I've been like exploring the world of fruits right now. Right now, fan favorite are the peaches. Fucking love peaches, as well as black plums. Delicious. Yep.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I like nectarines too.
Nectarines are good. Apricots, but they're fucking expensive. I didn't realize how expensive apricots are until I started buying them myself.
Dude, my grandpa's passion fruit branch fucking blooming right now.
Oh yeah, nice.
Bunch of passion fruit on it.
Pomegranates are good too.
Yeah, I think that's what I've been better about lately is when I go to the grocery store, like hardly any of the things I'm buying are actually in like a box or a bag. You know what I mean? Like I'm usually just buying like fruits and vegetables and meat. And I feel like I do notice a difference. I feel pretty good. Yeah, even the snacks I do eat aren't that bad. I always got a little special place for Oreos. I love Oreos and Oreo.
Thank you. I was always fascinated by apples and how many different types of apples there were. Like green, red. There's like fucking.
Dude, I fucking love apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, apples are good.
I just learned that they originated. They're not even from this continent. They originated
From
from. I think they said.
I thought Johnny Appleseed created the apple.
No, I saw one of the shows on Netflix. I might be wrong, but it's either from. Yeah, no, it's from China. It's like around that.
Really?
Yeah, it's around that
Really?
area.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can trace it back. They
Dang.
traced it back to this one area
In China.
where they just flourish with apples. So
Wow.
like we've just been genetically modifying them at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just grow them here.
Yeah.
Same with corn, dude. Have you ever
They're
seen
from-
what natural corn looks like?
It's like kind of like maize. Is it kind of like all colorful? Yeah.
Well, and it's tiny.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh, yeah,
nothing like
right.
the corn we
Yeah.
Right,
have
that's right. Yeah.
today.
I think I learned from you about bananas.
Oh, same with bananas.
Yeah,
bananas used to have big seeds in them.
Yeah.
That's
Just
weird,
modified
man.
the fuck out of them.
That's fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
We just made it so we can eat them better.
Do you think that's gonna happen to us eventually? Like we're gonna think about like, oh, humans didn't used to have, or like humans used to have that, but like we just modified ourselves and now we're this.
Yeah. I think that slowly happened. Like with
I feel like that
could happen.
Well,
Yeah.
that's happened with just evolution. Like like
True.
tails, like tailbones.
Yeah.
I think we don't need fucking tails anymore.
Yeah, or like your appendix too.
Yeah. Appendix. Yeah.
Like we'll keep it. We don't need it.
I don't even have mine.
Yeah. You're just trying to kill you.
I almost died.
Shit.
Definitely. I think at some point there's just gonna be a conscience. Our bodies. We used to have bodies.
We need bodies, yeah.
You see these fucking arms, like robotic arms. I'm gonna lift 1,000 pounds with
I
these.
am a robot.
Wasn't like Elon Musk talking about that? Increasing the bandwidth of our brains?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
it's
wants to
called
do the whole Neuralink
Neuralink.
thing.
There you go.
Dude, there's some funny, man, like, I gotta say this. One of the perks of learning how to code is the memes. Because there's really fucking good memes. And there's something in code called edge cases. And it's just like a very, like, specific or like a very, like unique case that will not normally happen. So you don't normally test for it. But then that could, like, crash your app, right? And someone said, I would hate that I'm using the Neuralink and I hit some edge case and just immediately have a stroke or something.
Dude, that's a good point. That's a very good
That's the
point.
thing, though. How do you do that? Like, how can you trust technology like that?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I couldn't.
We
There's
still
so
can't
many
get
things-
phone apps
Yeah.
right. You
There's
know
so
what
many
I mean?
things that go
I
wrong.
couldn't.
Yeah.
So it could just be like a fucking. We just get like, what is it called? A 404?
404. 404 error.
Error code. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
you
dude.
just fucking cease. You just die.
Dude, it could be like you do this and they don't like expect you to do that. They didn't account for that in the
Just fucking
code.
steam.
Just fucking.
Yeah, that's I
Melts
didn't
your brain.
realize that. You see, yeah. I don't want to be the negative Nancy here, but listening,
bro.
to him trying to bring out Neuralink, I was like,
Let
oh
me
my
say
god,
this.
yes.
I'm definitely
Wait,
not
what is
getting.
well, like hearing him saying Neuralink, I was so optimistic about it, but hearing that, I'm just like, whoa, how many people are gonna malfunction and
Bro,
kill?
That dude is so much a robot that he's just trying to like set up Skynet through everybody. Like I'm not doing that.
Maybe.
Like he's the mothership right there. Fuck that.
This is what I'll say. I'm not gonna say I would never do it, but I'm definitely not fucking signing up for the beta.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
that's for damn sure.
Dude, I learned that from Microsoft. Like Xbox One, man, the first ones were dog shit. The second generation, okay, you guys got it right.
Yeah, you gotta wait for like version 2, version 3.
You can't sign up for the first one. What are we talking about here?
here?
Yeah, I just feel like version 1's gonna come out, and people are gonna be doing extraordinary shit, and they're gonna be sweeping under the rug.
All yeah,
All the
all
fucking
the
bad
dark
cases.
shit.
the fucking
You know
brains
what I mean?
being
The
fried.
people that are fucking
Yeah.
Okay.
their brains are exploding in their sleep, and
Popping in their. Okay, would you get a Neuralink? Let's say it will like I don't know what's something crazy that it'll do. Let's say if you get a
you can learn a
Neuralink,
language in a minute.
yeah, you can learn anything known to humankind
Like-
within a minute.
Like the Matrix.
Yes, where you could just upload.
Yeah, kind of like you could just upload the information
Okay.
and you know it.
Uh-huh.
But you have a 1 and like 500 chance of your brain blowing up. Would you do it?
No, bro.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
What are the chances?
I feel like I'm gambling every time I upload something. You know, it's just like this is
Th-
gonna be the
yeah,
one.
yep.
This is gonna be the one.
Yeah, well, let's just say throughout your lifetime.
Because if you look at programming now and it says like, oh, a random generator, it's not like really random,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck that. I'm not doing it.
What are the chances that it does work though?
What do you mean?
That
Well,
it-
no, like it always works. Like it always like yeah, like you'll always get that. You can learn whatever within
Ooh.
a minute.
I just thought of a question for you after we have this.
Okay,
But like, what would you take that? Would you take those odds? 1 in 500?
I think I would, because if I was thinking about,
I think I might know where you're going with this, but
if I was thinking about 500 trash cans, and I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, he's like,
Never mind.
and everyone's like, oh, well, tell me after, but and someone said one of these contains a bunch of needles that if you put your hand in, you're gonna die or whatever.
mhm.
I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna choose that one, right? It's 500 of them. If I think about it on that scale,
I mean,
I'd fucking do it.
yeah, that's a good point.
I want to get a counter, dude, of how many times just I'm fascinated by how you think, Andy.
That's,
yeah,
that's
that is
rational.
not what I thought you
I'm
were
at
going.
least on
That's
like
rational.
fucking 10 at so far throughout
That
the
is
show.
kind of rational because
That's
you're
rational.
essentially what it is you have 500 trash cans, right?
Yeah.
One of them has a bunch of needles with like fucking hepatitis.
One of them can kill you.
One of them can kill you. The other 499 has unlimited knowledge.
Yeah.
When you
Come
put it
on,
that
baby.
way,
Wow, those are some fucking. Those are some badass trash cans. Unlimited knowledge and some trash cans. Okay,
It's just like
Yeah.
a light that beams through.
you know what? I think I would do it because then I would have the knowledge to fucking fix it, right?
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can learn
Um,
fucking Chinese in a
or-
minute, sign me up.
So the whole random generator thing, right? How do you control the scale of like say this is 1 out of 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at like gambling in Vegas, it's like 1 in like 25 million to win
Mhm.
like the major jackpot, right?
Okay.
How do you control that scale of how random it is? You know,
Like the range?
Yeah.
Like in terms of if you're creating a game or something?
Yeah, like say like
Or-
slot machines,
Mhm.
right? How do they like figure out it's 1 in fucking 10 million to win the jackpot?
Like how do they program that?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
See, that's what's weird. I don't know if it's literally, it might be because I remember. Do you know who Mark Rober is?
No.
Do you know who Mark Rober is?
No, this does sound familiar though.
Okay, he's a guy. He has a YouTube channel. He used to work for NASA as an engineer, but now he just does YouTube and like other stuff for the community.
Does he do those?
He does one video a month. He did the Amazon package.
Yeah, you showed me him. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Have you seen that the exploding package where he was
Where someone steals the pack. Yeah,
and it
I've
shoots.
seen that. Yeah.
Okay, that's the guy who
Okay.
who built that. He I'm gonna like take a long fucking path to get to your answer. Okay. So
Hold on,
up.
let me strap myself in.
Yeah, buckle up. So he wanted to figure out a way to always win a specific arcade game. Okay. And the arcade game that he was targeting was the one where it's like a dome and it has a bunch of little light bulbs in a circle and it spins, right? And you have to hit it on the jackpot. And if you hit the jackpot, you win a whole bunch of fucking tickets.
Alyssa's addicted to that game.
Okay, well, I'm about to break her heart. He wanted to build a machine that and it was fucking so cool. He disguised it in a backpack so people wouldn't know it's a machine. But what it was is it had a little like pusher at the bottom, like a hole in the backpack, so you'd place it on the button, and then it had a light sensor. And what he did was he was doing his own testing with like his own row of lights, and he was able to calibrate it so that it would always hit the button when it was on the jackpot. Right, so it knew, because it was like, let's say it was 5 lights ahead, and it knew that when this sensor fired, that it hit a light with, like, let's say, like, 40 milliseconds, then it would be on the jackpot, right? So he built this machine, tested it, made it so he could calibrate it, and it was ready to go. He went to an arcade, not fucking working. He wouldn't win, and he was like, "What the fuck? Like, what am I doing wrong?" So he's trying to figure it out. He ends up buying one of those machines to better test it. And then he got a hold of one of the manuals for it, and the way it works is it's only programmed to give a jackpot after so many plays. So even if you hit it, it will purposely say you lost.
I see.
So whoever owns the machine can say, "Oh, this is only going to give a jackpot out of every 500 plays." So even if you have it machine perfect, you're going to lose. You know what I mean? So I'm convinced that a lot of these Vegas games are the same way.
Bro, that makes sense. Because I've heard stories of guys that make a living off like going into these gambling houses where, it's cards and slot machines. They'll sit in there and watch people play on the machine and count how many times they use the machine.
And they'll know when to go in.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And they'll make a living off of that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And I think, and that's the thing. That's why I'll never play Jack Black on like one of those Jack Black machines.
Blackjack.
Blackjack. Sorry. God, I'm fucking tired. I'll never play Blackjack on one of those machines because it's going to go by the math, right? And mathematically, you're going to lose to the house every time unless you're counting cards. Of course, you can't do that on a machine. But in real life, we know that shit doesn't happen like that. You know what I mean? Because we do still have some sense of randomness where, let's say, you're only supposed to get this hand 1 in 200 hands. You could just have a night where you get that hand 5 times, because I don't know, life's fucking weird. But on the machine, that shit won't happen. When it comes to just creating randomness, there's algorithms you could write just to like. I don't know how to answer your question without going like too specific, but you could always set a range to a number, and the way that you could do that, there's something called. There's an operator called the modulus operator, and all it is like the whole numbers, a whole remaining numbers after division. So if you have like 12 modulus 5, your answer would be 2, because the highest divisible number that's a multiple of 5 is 10, so you'd have 2 left over, right? So what that means is if you have anything, so let's say you have any number modulus 12, it will always be between 1 and 12. Because if a number is not divisible by 12, it'll be off by only 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. If it's off by 12, then it's divisible by 12. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that modulus operator is what will help you like create bounds like that.
I'm sticking to card games.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I like playing slots is cool, but it's not the way you do win serious money.
No way. I think,
but it makes sense. It makes sense, like why there's so many more slot machines than card tables, and you know what I mean.
It doesn't take any knowledge or any.
Not only that, but if you can program it that way, where you can only win in one, and let's say they fucking program in 1 million plays, or you know what I mean,
it's guaranteed to be profitable.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
And you know that's what they're doing. They're like, what's the biggest jackpot we could give, or what's the biggest amount that we're comfortable losing compared to the profit we're pulling in? And that's the reason too why they have pit bosses only on the fucking card games.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's the only one that we could fucking get the best of. You know, you can't do that on a slot machine. There's no special way to fucking pull the handle. Like,
or press a button.
Yeah.
I have won some money on slot machines though. I'll say that.
I've never won any money off a slot machine. Ever.
I think I've played on a slot machine like maybe like 3 times. And I don't know. I don't find it fun.
I don't either.
I don't like just sitting there and just fucking watching it.
If I wanted to press a button, I would have stayed home and just played on my computer.
Yeah. Like, I want some fucking interaction here.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times I've been drinking, but it's just like, oh, fuck it.
If they created a slot machine where it's like a video game or something, like, okay, you race around this track, and if you beat this time, you get a fucking this much winning. Oh, yeah, sign me up, baby.
There's a horse race one. Which is, I think it's pretty cool. You could like just bet on which horse will win.
And it's all like,
yeah, it's literally like a, like horses on a little racetrack where they just go.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Like the little arcade games.
Yeah,
you're spraying with.
That exactly. That's pretty cool. You could just sit down and just put like $1 in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest appeal of slot machines is just all the flashing lights.
Yeah,
that's what it is, man.
Yeah, the simplicity.
The fact that they come out with ones that are associated with shows as well, like The Walking Dead or like Sopranos or
Deal or No Deal, all kinds of shit. Yeah,
dude, I definitely though. There has to be some point once I wouldn't do it until I'm like stable financially and employed, but I really want to do like some fucking 21 shit. Where we go with a game plan, try to get away with counting cards, and just see we could have one run in one weekend. You know what I mean? Win like $5 million.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
you're not down.
It's all surrounded by cheaters. Like the ones that are trying to catch you were cheaters prior. Like they study the game and everything so much that they know when you're cheating.
I won't get caught though. I'm built different. Dude, I just want to try it, even if we get caught, dude. Because it's not illegal. That's the thing. Everyone thinks counting cards is illegal. It's not illegal. They'll just kick you out because they don't want to fucking lose money to you.
Yeah.
You know? Even if we get caught, just to experience that.
Dude, even the first time we went to Vegas and all of us were playing blackjack and all of us were winning like so much money.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's a rarity in itself.
That's the best weekend I've had of fucking blackjack.
Yeah.
Same. Still to this day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't do better.
Never beaten that.
Can't do
well,
better.
for now, I'm telling you, bro. Like, we just got to learn when to call it quits. That's the key.
That's the
when to
hardest
know,
part,
like, all
yeah.
right, the table getting too hot. They're keeping an eye, dude. 200K, that's not bad. Let's fucking let's bounce.
Yeah.
200K. We just got to not get greedy, man. That's
Yeah.
the key. You just don't get greedy.
That's when you get the guy walking up behind you as you're trying to cash out.
Yep.
Come with me, sir.
Yeah, will you come with us over here? Oh fuck.
Need to beat you to a
Dude,
pulp.
imagine
I've
if we
seen
go.
Goodfellas. I know what's gonna happen.
Imagine if we
Or
go
Casino,
and we made
sorry.
like fucking 200K in one weekend. And I think we could do it. I really think we could do it. It would take a lot of practice. Take some dedication.
Big risk. But
What's the risk though?
Well, I mean, how much are we starting off with? That's my thing. How much?
Probably like 10, 15,000.
How much would we be okay with losing
10, 15,000
as a collective?
as a collective?
Oh, I thought we were saying each.
Oh no. Dude, if we're pulling in that much each, was it like $45,000 together? Man, we better be walking out with $1 million.
Put that on black. Hit me, son.
Dude, I'll never forget the first time I went to Vegas with you and Adrian, and then you guys were like, "Oh yeah, you just gotta wait until it hits black like 5 times, and then go put big money on red because it's more likely to hit red."
It made so much sense. It was working.
That is completely not how statistics work.
It was
But
working.
I didn't fucking know, so I'm like, "Yeah, it makes sense to me."
Yeah. Because
How is everyone not making money from this shit?
it made sense because in our minds we thought that it hitting black 6 times in a row
Is very unlikely.
Was more unlikely than for it to hit red, right?
Mhm.
But obviously.
Bro, there's a reason why they put the percentage of
Obviously,
the
we
colors
thought
up there.
we thought we cheated the system. You know what I mean?
No, that's how they bait you.
Yeah,
They
we thought-
want you to think that.
We thought Vegas. You know, they didn't figure this out. Sucks for them, right?
Little do we know, it's 50, 50.
It's like
or 49,
like
49,
yeah.
49, 49,
the
every
green.
single spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it fucking worked.
It did
like,
work, though.
most of the time.
It
which
did
is weird.
work, yeah.
But that was just chance, obviously.
There was a point, though, where it kept hitting black, and I was down like $200. And I was like, what the fuck?
Guess what? You won it back.
I did win it back. I broke even.
And then you found $100 like 2 months later. Remember?
Found
Remember you hit $100. You don't remember that?
yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh, shit.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's why I love gambling, man. I love like,
It's just the high.
yeah, I love like the
I think there's a name for that.
yes, obviously. I've been addicted since I was 21. So,
Dude, shit, before that. Remember when we were flipping dollars during lunch sometimes?
yeah, man.
It was Daniel. Daniel was
Dude,
the one that
I
was
never
hooked
got
on
the
that.
concept of that. Like,
No.
what's the point?
Yeah. Just gotta
Are we this broke, fellas?
win
I
big,
just love
play
the
big.
improbability of it. Like, I love the randomness of it. I love, like, I mean, obviously, I don't do it all the time. but
Dude, your pussy's
Yeah.
so soft.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the food.
Cookie.
It is. Supposed to give her a soft coat. Ooh, she smells fucking Rico's butthole.
She'll be eating that later.
He was sitting right there.
Y'all are freaks.
Bro, you wanna hear a crazy story?
Yeah.
Last weekend, I wake up in the morning because Disco took a shit in the litter box. Okay, and her shits smell fucking terrible.
Dude,
I'm like,
the worst cat
dude,
shits I've
right?
ever-
Dude, they're bad, like very bad. So
You don't want her on that. You could kick her off, by the way.
She's chilling.
Okay, because she sheds a little bit, but
I have
Sorry,
fucking
go ahead.
dogs and cats of my own, dude.
So it smelled like super bad. I'm like, oh god, okay. So I get up and I clean it right away.
oh, I
I
remember.
throw it away. And then I'm there and I'm like brushing my teeth, getting ready. I'm like, dude, it still fucking smells. Like, what the hell? And then Emily's like, dude, maybe she has poop stuck in her fur. So I go and look, and sure enough, she has a clump of like diarrhea stuck in her fur. And I'm like, oh fuck. So then I throw her in the bathroom real quick. And then like we like take off all the sheets and stuff because she was just sitting on the bed. And I get a baby wipe and I'm like trying to clean it, but her fur is so long, I'm literally just like spreading it throughout the fur. I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way. So we're like, okay, we're gonna have to like bathe her. So we throw her in the bathtub, and like because she has shit, like normally when we've given the cats baths before, and normally like we try to fill the tub first just so they don't get scared by the noise.
Yeah.
But like because of everything going on, we just like threw her in, and we were filling the tub, and she's like freaking out, fucking meowing like hell loud. So we found like bathing her and even like washing it just was not helping. So we ended up having to fucking cut all like the fur around it. And then when we're drying her, dude, she fucked me up. She like scratched. That's where I got this from. She like scratched the shit out of me, and I'm like, oh man, this is a fucking tough morning. And then the next day she shits and it gets stuck in her fur again.
Oh, man.
In her tail, and we're like, okay, this is enough. So we literally had to shave her butt just so to stop that from happening.
That's the one thing I would tell you. I have never had any digestive problems with her.
Oh no,
Never any pee problems.
I think
I'd like to attribute that to the food that I'm giving her, but like I've never anything.
I read online that some cats, if you change their diet like abruptly, they'll get like loose
not
stool.
good, yeah.
And I think that's what happened with her because there was one day where we ran out of wet food. So I didn't tell you, we used one of your cans of wet food, by the way.
Oh, so I bought like 2 of them for Rico and Disco.
Oh, okay. Cool. So one day we gave him some of her wet food.
That's when Disco wasn't eating.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Okay, I think that's why we used it. I think Emily said like, "Oh, Andy got this for us." So we used her wet food, and then we also caught her that same day eating the kittens' food as well. So we were thinking that just the combination of like 2 different foods might have like kind of upset her stomach.
Gave her the shit.
Yeah, and she's been fine since. Like we've been like watching her, making sure she's not eating anyone else's food. But God, dude, that was a fucking shitty morning.
Literally.
Yeah. This sucks, man.
Her fucking shits are. I was like, you have to like step away and like catch your breath for a second.
Yeah, they smell really bad. I don't
God
know
damn.
why, dude. Like Rico eats the same food and his shits don't smell that bad.
I don't know, man. She's built different.
Mm-hmm.
She's from the streets.
She's definitely my daughter. I'll tell you what.
She's from the streets. Yeah.
Dude, I had a fart today that I thought was gonna melt the foam. Just straight erosion, bro.
Shit, dude. Dude, a couple of nights ago, I farted at night, and Emily started gagging, and she literally like laid down on the carpet. She's like, I can't be in this bed right now.
Dude, I was with.
I was laughing so hard.
I was with Adrian and Daniel, and we went to. We were hanging out, and then Faith invited some of her friends. We were hanging out, and then we went back to their place. Faith's friend, somebody like we went back to their apartment. Somebody farted in her kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It smelled really bad, but like I'm used to farts. But Faith's friend literally smelled it. She was gagging. She went outside and she threw up.
Oh my god.
She fucking threw up. I was like, dude,
Man.
whoever farted, that's an accolade, dude. You know what I mean? When someone throws up.
I was
from
just
your
gonna
fucking-
say that. Like I've gotten close twice. Two of my girlfriends I've made dry heave with my farts, but no one's actually thrown up yet, and I'm a little like salty about it. Like, man,
Oh
I
my
could do
God.
better.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, dude, whoever fucking did that, thank you, because I have never seen that in my life, and I probably never will again.
That's hilarious.
So congratulate yourself. You know, pat
Yeah.
yourself on the back. Get you a trophy when I can. But fuck.
you did the impossible.
Yeah, literally. But like, you know what I mean? When you fart, that's what you want. That's what you want people to do. You want people to fuck. You want to clear rooms, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Or with family, but at least for
Dude,
me.
some of my farts, man, they smell like straight like sulfur, dude. Like
Sulfur.
like sulfur, man.
Like vampire dust.
Dude, it's just like, man, I don't know. This medication I'm on just makes my farts so bad.
Mm.
That's gross.
I almost shit myself the other day. And it was funny. I think it was like 2 days after our last podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we were just talking about shitting ourselves. I literally got this close to shitting myself.
Man.
Have you shit yourself yet, Andy? As an adult?
You mean like full on shit or
Like full on
shart-
shit yourself?
No.
No?
I've sharted.
Oh,
That's
I think.
that's when I've been sick though. But full on shit, no.
What did the shart feel like?
I immediately knew. Like I immediately knew. I felt it come out. I was like, and I just took my shit off, threw it away, hopped in the shower.
I'm
I
surprised I haven't shit
felt like a
myself
dirty
yet.
bitch. I was like, I was like crying. I was like fetal position. I just hate shit, dude. I hate shit on me. I hate. That's why I've always used baby wipes because I feel like toilet paper just leaves like residue on your
Yeah.
fucking poop on your ass hairs.
Yeah. Dude, sometimes that happens with baby wipes too, though.
Yeah, I fucking wipe till I bleed.
Did you really? Jeez.
It's just fucking raw.
Dude, it's fucking raw daddy.
Damn, bro. Your butthole is just all callous, huh?
I don't feel that shit anymore.
It's
I'm like,
raw
I'm bleeding?
daddy.
Cool.
That's a first in a while.
Damn.
That was sooner than normal.
Dude, speaking of bleeding from your ass, a couple of weeks ago, or like, no, a month ago, I had a shit that was like I was a little constipated, so it was hard.
Had width.
Dude, the width, like, literally tore my butthole a little. Like, I was bleeding. I was fucking bleeding. I was crying when that shit was coming out.
Dude, those hurt, man.
It felt like I was pooping out a Dorito, bro. Like, you know when a Dorito goes down your throat? That's how it felt like coming out.
Those hurt. It's so funny though because it feels sharp, but it's just like no, you're just being stretched. It's like, dude, you can't. Your butthole is not made for this. You know.
One time I was taking a dump and I saw blood and I fucking freaked out, dude.
I used to freak out as well.
Yeah, I freaked out and I told my grandma about it. She's like, "Don't worry, you're probably fine." And sure enough, I was. But like seeing that, I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" with me?
Yeah. Well, what freaks me out is like I pooped that again that same day, and I'm thinking like, damn, dude, I'm getting like poop in my bloodstream right now, right? Like I got an open wound down there,
That makes a lot of sense. What the hell?
Right?
That's
Like-
weird. Yeah.
Mhm. Dude. She looks like an explosion of whiskers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has whiskers. I noticed some whiskers.
Hey, I'm not your owner. If you claw me, I'll fucking throw you.
I noticed some whiskers on. I forgot what part of her face.
Like a weird part.
Yeah, but it was weird, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, right there on her cheeks.
Oh,
I don't know if
right
you can
here,
see 'em,
right
yeah.
here, yeah.
I fucking love that. I don't know. I just think she's like old and wise.
Bro, she's old and bitchy.
I know, dude. She's gonna just get more bitchy.
She gets a little angry. I think that's why though I've been like more and more thinking like, dude, just let him out because I feel like it's not good for either of the cats to be in like just in a room.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they have their time out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's not like they're in there for fucking a week at a time.
Dude, how crazy is it that they're all just out right now?
Yeah.
Like a week or two ago, we could not do that.
Nah, yeah.
And like, I feel like we're at the point
a month
now.
ago, I didn't even think that would happen.
No. I think we're at the point now where we don't even have to worry about it anymore. Honestly.
Yeah. Because they growl at
hiss-
each other,
yeah,
but
a
they don't
little-
attack each other.
No, not at all. Pretty soon we're gonna see them all buddy.
That's what I want, man.
I think we will. I think she's starting to get it that not all cats are dicks.
Yeah.
Like the other cat your brother had.
Yeah. they're constantly it was like back and forth, never got along.
Yeah.
But it helps that your cats are just mellowed, you know? Like they'll see her, but they
Yeah.
won't fuck with her. They'll just like let her walk by.
Well, Disco can be a little.
Yeah. But like Rico, you know, he's just like Rico's like
Yeah.
whatever. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
Rico and the kitten.
And the kitten like chases her, but she never attacks her. She knows her
Oh,
boundaries.
there you go.
We caught all the cats cuddling the other morning.
See, like how much fun, like, you know, if I could communicate that to her, how much fun you would fucking
Yeah.
have. You would just fucking let them lick you.
I was gonna ask you this
Like,
earlier. What
This
if
was
like
this morning.
what if they created a piece of technology where like you can hear your
So
your
cute.
cat's thoughts and like you talk to her and she just gives you like a sophisticated answer back.
That would be so.
Would that
amazing.
blow your mind?
It would.
Oh, I
what
remember. There
English
was
is
something
weird.
I was going to ask you back when we were having this conversation. I forgot. What kind of accent do you think Oreo would have? Or like, what do you think she would sound like?
Accent?
Yeah, if she could speak English.
I think. I don't know why I'm thinking Russian right now.
Dude, yes.
I feel like Russian would
Like
be
a
like
Russian
very
lady?
fucking,
Yeah.
like she doesn't like
Like her name would be
Yeah.
like fucking.
like Boomhilda.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Bertha.
You know what I mean? Like she's very like not stuck, but like just firm, just like fucking people around her.
Yeah.
She's like, she'll fucking take what she wants.
Don't touch my food.
Yeah.
No. No. No
No.
But the thing is, she's very vocal.
No beats.
She's very vocal, so I feel like also like a Spanish accent, like Latina or something, you know. So I don't know.
I feel like Rico would have like a high pitched Latin accent.
Think so?
Yeah, and for some reason I feel like Disco would just have like a trailer trash accent.
To me, Rico would probably. I feel like Rico would have like a surfer dude, like, yeah, what up,
Really?
bro? Like, yeah.
Really?
I don't know, just because he's so laid back and he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's a little bougie though. I don't know about Mosh Pit. I don't know what kind of accent he would have.
He just be like, hey, what's that? What's that? What's this? What's that?
What's that? What's this? What's that? What's that?
Yeah.
Have you guys been reading at all? Like any books?
No.
Yeah. I'm
Wait,
reading.
like-
I'm reading Ishmael again.
It's what?
Ishmael.
I didn't even know you read that.
I read it like maybe like a year and a half ago, and I'm reading it again. But it's about a talking gorilla.
Huh.
I don't know if you guys heard of it.
Nah.
Let me try and give like a synopsis. So this kid, he finds an ad saying if he wants to help change the world, and he answers the ad and he goes to the address that it says, and inside he finds a talking gorilla, and it's a gorilla that has been progressively like how you're saying we're making dogs more intelligent, you know what I mean. he's been progressively learning throughout his life, and he learned what he was, and you know what I mean. He became conscious, and
Self-aware.
Yeah, self-aware. And so he goes to the room, and the gorillas, like, teaches him where he came from, and where he was, and he teaches him kind of like the problems with human life and where we're headed. It's really good. It's really good.
So
That's why I'm reading it again. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's basically that's all I want to tell you, because if you guys do read it, but he gives interesting perspectives. You know what I mean? And it's coming from, it's all from the perspective of a gorilla.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Oh, like his opinion type of thing.
Yeah, just what he sees and what he thinks we're gonna end up and what we have been, and like all of human history and stuff. So.
Yeah, I haven't been reading any fiction. I've been reading Cracking the PM Interview, which is like a book about project management.
I was like, wait, what?
Interviews.
It's what?
It's a book about project management interviews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, PM interview.
Yeah. So nothing like exciting.
I listened to one book that I think you guys should definitely read or listen to. It's called Hard Times Create Strong Men. A friend on Instagram had posted a couple like passages from it. Like one of it was from Marcus Aurelius, and like just a whole bunch of different things. I'm like, dude, like, yes, that's it, because it was basically a book that's like speaking towards how men have become like more sensitive. What's she doing?
She's like chewing on some
Hey.
cables. She smacked the table.
She's like,
She
what?
stopped.
She knows.
How men we become more sensitive.
Yeah, because the society has kind of shaped us to how we should be, and they've kind of moved away from like what we are. It's a really good book, but if anyone like decides to listen to this book, just know there's some viewpoints that are in there that definitely go against what society's norms are today. Right. Another great book is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.
I was just about to say that.
Listen to that. That's fucking great.
It's funny because I bought that like maybe like a year out of high school.
Yeah.
I heard about him, and
Yeah.
I didn't understand the power that it had.
It's interesting because for anyone that doesn't know, Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, and he was one of the greatest while Rome was at its biggest. But he was also like a self-proclaimed philosopher, and that's what he's more known for.
It's called Stoicism, right? Like he's a what's it called?
A stoist.
Yeah,
I think it's called that.
yeah,
Stoic lifestyle.
yeah, because I think, what the fuck just hit me?
God damn!
Bro.
I forgot what I was saying.
Hold up.
That's a lot of shit,
What?
dude.
Holy fuck. He hasn't pooped in a couple days.
Sorry, Circle Podcast. One of our cats
the cat was taking a shit? I thought he was just chilling.
has been constipated.
I didn't even know there was a
Having
litter
pooping
box
problems.
there.
Yeah.
And there's a litter box down here.
Oh shit. I thought you sorry.
Marcus Aurelius, yeah. But great book called Meditations.
It's a little hard to read. I would
It
say
is,
that.
yeah. That's why I've been listening. Like I
Yeah.
do audiobooks, and it's interesting because he answers his questions in a first person, like he's talking to himself.
Mhm.
It's weird because he's talking to himself, but also in a sense you can tell he wrote these journal passages as if he wanted it to be seen by a bigger audience.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's funny because it's just weird how it carries over. You know what I mean? When he wrote that, did he think that it would be so maybe relevant today? You know what I mean? Would you think that men of today would go back and read that and connect with it? You know what I mean? 'Cause it's very much like it's very what do you call it? I feel like it very much connects with just I don't know how to call it. I don't have the word. Relatable. There we go. It's very relatable. I feel like even today, a lot of men Well, I mean, women could read it too, but I feel like a lot of men could connect with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
live that.
plenty of points while listening to it that I was like, that makes
Yeah.
sense right there.
Yeah, it's very universal. You know what I mean? Especially with emotion.
Yeah.
And the
But
emotional
especially with
aspect.
emotion and the free thinking that he had while being an emperor.
Mhm.
Because also while he was an emperor, he decided to give away all like his aspects of materialism.
Mm.
Like he decided to live like a simplistic kind of life.
Yeah.
And for a man of his stature, that's an emperor of Rome, one of the greatest emperors or empires of all time, to just do that, like there's a certain level of like wisdom there.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, that's a great book. And right now I just started a book called, I think it's called How to Influence People and Make Friends. But this is an old book. I think it was written in like the 30s or the 40s.
Holy shit.
But I think it was on like, I don't know if it's Forbes or it's like a big like brand like that. It was like their top 100 books of mankind, and it was ranked like 17, I think. And like that was like only a couple years ago that they ranked it. So it just shows how prevalent it is in today's society. But the first thing that like it goes over in the first chapter is how to appreciate people and the importance of showing appreciation towards people. And I realized I'm not good at that, man. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, fuck. The first thing I thought of, I told Alyssa this, I thought of her. I'm like, dude, I am not good at showing my emotions anymore because of my past relationship, but also that like I thought of her because I don't tell her enough how much I appreciate her. So I made it apparent to her to tell her that I appreciate her, and for her to teach me how to love again and how it is to be loved by someone. And I made sure to let her know that. But yeah,
It's funny because showing appreciation means just as much for someone else than it means to you. You know what I mean? Like it makes them feel the same way.
Yeah. Because in that moment of realizing, man, I don't do this, it opened my eyes that I do appreciate her.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And I just need to vocalize that. I need to tell her. Because, I tell her I love her all the time. I would say I tell her that I love her more than she tells me that she loves me. But I'm not good with showing emotion. Like even when I told her these things, I knew I should have called her and told her like over the phone because I was at work at the time. But part of me that's still like not good with showing emotions and still like detached from showing those emotions because of my past experiences wouldn't allow me. I'm just like, I can't do that. So I just sent it in a text. But I'm glad that this book kind of opened my eyes to that,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I've learned that too, and I've come across a good quote a long time ago, and it said, "Don't let people that you love guess how you feel about them." You know what I mean? And it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, showing emotion was always like, it was always like cringy. You know what I mean? I didn't want to say certain things because I didn't want to seem like cheesy or cringy.
Yeah.
But that says something, right? That has to say something. Just not about me, but maybe just about just the way that I've been living and things that I've been seeing, and you know what I mean? Like I'm just not used to saying to someone, I appreciate you when you do this, or I appreciate you when you just like little things as well. Even my parents, like my brothers, it's still like weird for me. But it says a lot about me because I think it's cringy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, why do I think that's cringy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because I'm saying to someone that I appreciate you. Hold on. Fucking cord.
Sorry. James is trying to get back into the studio.
Hello.
Forgot my point. But yeah.
You saying feelings are cringy?
No. No. Phil was just saying that he read a book.
I'm
yeah.
listening to a book right now called
listening.
How to Influence People and Make Friends.
Oh, that's a good one. I got like halfway through it. I haven't finished it yet though.
Okay. Yeah, I
It's a
just started
classic.
listening to that. And I was telling Andy about how one of the first things in the first chapter is showing people that you appreciate them.
Mm.
And the first person I thought of was Alyssa. So I made sure to tell her that I appreciate her. Because I don't do that. You know, I tell her that I love her, but I don't tell her that I appreciate her.
I like what she does.
Yeah, because she's taught me a lot and showed me a different side of love that I've never experienced.
Mm.
So yeah, but from the book, Hard Times Create Strong Men. One thing that I think really stuck with me is the author in that book said he would rather be a good man than a nice man. And it goes back to the whole nice guy thing.
Mm.
You know, a nice guy can be pushed over and not really stand up for his beliefs or who he is. And a good man will stand up for what he believes in and won't be afraid to step on people's toes when the time comes to do such a thing, because he believes in his core beliefs. But it really stood out to me because how many men do we really know that are good men but not, or that are nice men but not good men?
Mm. Yeah, I think even beyond that too, it's just, yeah, of course, standing by your beliefs, doing what you think is right, and I think like truly treating others how they should be treated, you know. And a big one too that I've been thinking a lot about is like doing things for others because you want to and not because you expect something in return.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of like quote unquote nice guys, that's what they miss out on, because a lot of them are always like, well, I did all this, so why am I not getting this? And it's like,
I re-listened, I read No More Mr. Nice Guy, but I bought it and listened to it again, and that's like one of the big things is nice guys expect to do things and get something out of it.
Yeah.
And not be a good man and just do things just to be a good person.
yeah. And I think that's such a powerful thing. I think that's one of the main, like, I don't know, like concepts of life is obviously as long as you're not hurting others or yourself, literally just do what you want to do. And that's going to make things so much easier.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do what they think is going to bring them something or is going to please people or is going to help them achieve something, you know? Like, no, just do what you want to do. What do you feel like doing right now? Do it. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to cook for someone, do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But don't be like, oh, like, okay, I'm going to cook for her. And then maybe later tonight she'll like do this for me. And then you're all upset because she's not in the mood.
Yeah.
I think I learned that very early, which is I'm very grateful for. Just like through my parents, especially my dad. You know, like working to support. To support all of us. You know, like my two brothers, and me included, and my mom. You know, he didn't like. You don't. I'm sure he didn't do that to be like, well, okay, when my kids grow up, they can take care of me. You know what I mean? Like, no, he just did it because it was the right thing to do to be a good man. Exactly.
Yeah.
And to, you know, have some integrity to his name and to himself. You know what I mean? So, and that was good to see, because I feel like now I don't expect anything in return when I do something. It doesn't matter to me, you know. I do things with good intention and with a good heart because I appreciate people, like, you know. So
yeah, I feel like I learned that too, but in a different way. Just because, like, my dad or my father figure was like very strict on this idea of not relying on anyone, and he's always been like that. Like my parents, they handle their own shit. Like, he's never told my mom like, "Hey, when's dinner?" You know what I mean? Or like, "Hey, can you do my laundry?" And he was really adamant on instilling that within me. And I think because of that, like, I don't rely on anyone to do anything, you know? I don't expect, like, in, like, Emily's case, I don't expect her to do anything for me. I don't expect her to cook for me or make me dinner or do my laundry or anything like that. And what I've noticed is like I kind of like now believe in the opposite as well. Like I don't expect her to like want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel the pressure to like do stuff for her. You know, if I'm gonna do something for you, it's because I want to do it, not because I'm like, oh, they're gonna want this, so like or like she's gonna want that, so I better like do it. To not
almost
make her
like you
upset.
want leverage on something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Or you could throw it in their face later. You know?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about this because we just had a conversation about that yesterday. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We just had a conversation about it. Just like, I don't expect you to do anything for me. Like, I'm fine. You don't need, like...
I'm like, done.
Yeah. Dude, I want a relationship, not a mother. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
exactly,
I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing that nice guys tend to do is they try to find their mother in other women.
I could see that. They want someone to like care for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll like meet their needs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting someone that will meet your needs, but yeah, like I feel like besides the normal things, like
I don't think there's a problem with meeting someone's needs. It's the problem of you expecting it when you should be vocalizing it. Like,
yeah, that's well put.
I
That's
need
well
this
put.
from you right now. Can you do this for me?
Yeah, that's well put.
That's something I think we lack in our generation is complete
Just being
communication
straight
of
up.
what we're feeling in this moment and what we need. And my relationship suffers from it now, you know, because I'm not good at reading what's going on with her and what she needs.
Yeah.
And she's not good at vocalizing what I need to do to help her. Even though there's been times, but she expects me to fucking remember right off the bat. And the same thing back towards her. Like, but then again, I'm not very good at analyzing myself anymore and really knowing what's bothering me to be able to vocalize to her, like, listen, I just need to be left alone. You know?
When you mention that, it always reminds me of like there's this Reddit, there's this subreddit called Dead Bedrooms. And it's about, and it's where guys like, or women too, where they talk about how in their marriage they haven't had sex for I don't know how long. And that's like a prime example of that. Like I'll see posts where guys are like, I haven't had sex with my wife in 10 years.
Dude,
like
that's
I don't know what
Christ.
to do. How the fuck does that happen? I feel like after like 6 months, if I would be like, okay,
6 months.
yeah, I mean, well, that's just like what I'm saying. Like, if I go 6 months and like I'm like telling you, like, hey, I like have physical needs and nothing changes, we're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, you know, this is the thing. I get it that some people's libidos aren't lined up, or that things can happen where people's sexual drives can go up and down or whatever. But if those types of needs aren't being met, you have every right to say like, my needs aren't being met.
Yeah.
And this isn't going to work.
And yeah,
You have every right to do that.
should well be a deciding factor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's for sure a deal breaker. And it just blows my mind that people can go through that. Like, dude, I know what my needs are. I want to be in my like 80s, 90s and still having sex with my wife. Like, I mean, things can change, but that's what I want. You know what I mean? I don't want to ever be like, oh yeah, this is just the fucking lady that lives with me that I call my wife. Like, the fuck is that?
She can't get my dick hard anymore.
There's one thing that book, The Hard Times Create Strong Men, like really put into perspective for me. I'm scared for the future of like men in general, because already we're like in a society where it's telling us that masculinity is bad and like trying to build up like more of a sensitive populace, right? But the amount of porn that is going around and how men are opting out of being in relationships and, you know, being intimate with a female, or, you know, if you're gay or whatever it may be, just lacking out of intimacy. Right.
Just rather watch porn or
rather watch porn,
masturbate.
rather play video games, you know, and just do that. Like just how the author does it and paints it, like it really like makes me worried for the future.
I mean, it makes sense because, like, I think it's so easy now to meet women online, just through dating apps and social media. But like back then, you had to go out and fucking get that shit. You know what I mean? Like you sit down, you're like, okay, well, I can't meet a woman any other way but going out, maybe getting a drink, going to a bar, like just going out in general, meeting new people, and trying to maybe get laid or a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like communication through like a screen is desensitizing.
Yeah.
You know, the drive to go out and get a significant other.
I'm just curious. What exactly are you worried about?
Just fucking fans fucking with my eyes.
I don't know, because I feel like I don't give a shit. Like, if guys want to do that, all right, whatever. Less competition.
My thing, I feel like that's why it's not. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to my eyes.
I think porn has made it so easy for men to get that quick high of busting a nut that it's like that's something that's primal, you know? Like busting a nut is fucking primal. And when you just take that away because you're watching porn and you're not building that fucking sexual tension that you need to go get a woman, like I just feel like it feeds into the idea that like we're becoming more soft as like a gender, you know, like and you know at any time like say a draft happened, you think like men today would be okay being drafted into war and just being able to be capable of going and like, you know, doing what they need to in war?
No, I don't think so.
But I
mean that also plays into the title of the book, right? Hard times create strong men, and easy times create.
I think it's not just
soft
that.
men.
Obviously, like that would be more. There's a lot of variables with that in terms of like patriotism and stuff like that.
Yeah, because
I just think. Well, real quick, I just think that like just times are changing, man. We're becoming less violent, you know, just as a species. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. And I feel like every side will have its its perks and its negatives. You know what I mean? I'm trying to play devil's advocate right now. You know what I mean? That's not, like I'm not necessarily saying this is my beliefs or not. But like that would kind of say like, do we always have to be in hard times then to be like hard men? Like do we like what's the solution then? We're always like at war.
my thing is, I don't think like I think men today. Because even me, I would be like, what the fuck? I don't want to fight war. You know what I mean? But I think men of the 60s and 70s would be the same way because they were all advocating for the opposite. You know, you've got a hippie.
That's also, you can also say that's the first generation of soft men after World War II. Because
I just wouldn't label them as soft. I just would label them as like they don't want to fight a war.
Rebellious.
It would be the first or second generation after war that was raised strictly by women while the men were at war.
Yeah, like baby. Yeah.
This is one thing I was thinking of too. Like, what are we defining as soft? Is it like feminine? Because if so, like, I think of like there's been a lot of periods, especially in like European history, where men were very feminine. You know what I mean? Especially you think of like British culture or French culture. You know.
That's why they lost all the time.
But
no, I'm kidding.
You know what I mean? Like you think of like Shakespearean era, like UK. You know what I mean? There's a lot of feminine men, or even think of it's just like what are we defining as soft?
I don't know. It's a good question because do I think a man can be tough, can be a good man? You know what I mean? Without any, I'm not saying you're thinking this, but just any war aspect. You know what I mean? Like a man could be good. He could raise children. He could love his wife. He could make an income. He could
like without
pay his bills without a tough. You know what I mean? But like that in itself, that makes him tough, right? That makes him a good man. That makes him, like I said, have integrity. You know what I mean? But if he's doing all that, if he doesn't have the toughness. You know, is he a man still? Is that my thing? Like, that's what I'm saying. Is the toughness make him a man, or does his responsibilities that he's constantly fulfilling make him a man?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how we define that stuff.
Because how do you define a man? How do you what's a man? What's a man?
It's very subjective.
'Cause obviously, you could go like an anatomy subject, like obviously point. You know, yeah, he's got a penis, got balls.
All right, let's not get
testosterone.
into that aspect. That's the genre I do not want to open. Okay.
Well, I hope a man.
Because this is what I'm thinking. Like my grandpa, like he never served in any war or anything, right?
Mhm.
But he was a mechanic.
Mhm.
And like, is that what makes him a man? Is that he worked with his hands? You know. But then you think you think like I don't know. Like you think of
What was his story? That he met your grandma. He had children.
came to America. You know, wanted a better life for his family.
That's a man in him. That's a man to me.
Yeah.
So
But like, okay,
I think that speaks to it. Then I think that's what I would classify a man that came here wanted to better his life. Right.
So it's that, like,
I don't know if he met your grandma here or there,
mm,
but he
Met
came
her in
here,
Mexico.
wanted better, had a family, and provided.
mm.
He had what the
What was
fuck
that?
was that?
that's Rico. Probably Oreo.
Is he hissing?
Yeah.
That was hissing,
He like snorts when he hisses. Sometimes.
bro. That sounded like a fucking.
Dude, he did that the other day. I thought he was dying.
Yeah, no.
Fuck.
No,
Dude,
he like
I
snorts.
thought something was wrong with the washer. But he came here, had a family, and provided.
Mm.
You know, like he knew like that's what he needed to do, and he didn't stray away from that.
Mm.
You know, and the one thing I'm sure your grandpa didn't think of is that he needed or expect was a handout,
Right.
or think
Right.
anything was entitled to him.
So it's like self-sufficiency, like taking charge of your life
Yes,
and your
Yeah.
family's
Yeah,
life.
This is gonna be my thing. I think we're in an era where the lines are very blurred now, because
Mhm.
that's always been a man though, right?
Mhm.
A man takes care of his family. A man doesn't rely on anyone. But now that I feel like men don't have to do that anymore, it's starting to be like, well, women can do this. You know what I mean? Those aren't just men attributes. I feel like that's when lines are starting to be blurred. It's just like, no, these are people that can do this. You know, people can do this. People
not
can
just
be
men.
Yeah, people can be self-sufficient. People can have integrity. People can, not rely on anyone. Like, it doesn't have to be just a man coming to rely on his family.
Right.
That's very cultural, though. In
That is very
Latino
cultural.
culture, Latino culture, like, there's some women that are still just cooking, you know what I mean, for their husbands and have their food
Yeah.
ready, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, don't do
Yeah.
not that they're not doing
And-
anything. They're
Well,
just-
you also
they-
see the opposite too. A
Yeah.
lot of Latin women are very like, I don't need no man for shit.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You know.
And I think that's becoming very blurred, which it should be. You know what I mean? Because women could very well do the same things.
Well, they have. You know.
Yeah.
They have in the past.
Yeah. So is that toxic? Like,
I don't think it's toxic.
no, not that, but
Oh.
the latter. Like, is thinking that a man can only do this toxic?
Oh.
Maybe. You know what I mean? Do you often see men doing that more? Yes. Maybe. You know what I mean? More than women.
I think that's the biggest thing that we're figuring out now. I think like what you said. I think saying that only men can do this is toxic. But at the same time, I don't think we should expect it to be 50-50. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like that's kind of what we're moving towards
Wait,
now.
What do you mean 50-50?
Like, because I feel like we're moving to this point now where people will point out and say, oh, how come only this percentage of women are CEOs? Right?
Mhm.
I don't think the solution is be like, okay, we have to keep it so 50% of CEOs are men and 50% of CEOs are women.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's the solution either.
Because if you do that, then how are you gonna like? Are 50% of men supposed to be going to college and 50% of women? Because
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
colleges
see
are
that.
dominated by women.
Or are 50% of men supposed to be in the military? And
Or 50% of nurses supposed to be men and 50% of women are supposed to be nurses.
I think the biggest thing is let people do what they want to do in their lives,
Mhm.
right? If and that's with anything. If a man wants to be a stay-at-home dad, let him do that. That's fucking fine. That's his prerogative. If a woman wants to do that, that's fine too. Like I feel like right now a lot of what's going on is this like counterculture idea, right? Like oh, that's the norm. Fuck that. Like we need to have more this and this or
Yeah.
that and this. I
Yeah.
think
we have to have more diversity.
Yeah, which I think is fine. I think diversity is fine.
But when it's forced diversity,
Yeah,
that
that's when
becomes
it's
a
a little weird.
problem.
I think that's the thing. It should be everyone should have the same opportunities.
Like, what was that guy's name from Google where he wrote that fucking... Was it that memo?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There's a guy from
I
Google.
forgot.
dude, that dude is fucking crazy.
Was he?
Yes,
Oh,
that dude is fucking crazy.
but I thought he didn't say anything too crazy. They just took it out of context.
Dude, no, I read it and it was pretty fucking
Was it?
crazy.
Okay.
Read the manifesto. Read the manifesto.
Oh,
It was a okay, he didn't call it a manifesto. To be fair, I shouldn't. Maybe manifesto does have a negative connotation, but just read what he wrote. read what he wrote, because I know people are talking about it now and they're trying to say that they ganged up on the guy because he was right leaning.
Okay,
just
no.
read what he fucking wrote.
That's probably what I
I
read.
just want to make sure we're talking about the right guy here.
Maybe.
Well, what guy are you talking about?
This guy was like talking about how like Google is like purposefully like going against like the right, and how they're purposefully going against men.
No. I'm talking about a guy that had wrote, I think it was a memo towards like maybe the higher ups in Google, saying that the reason why women aren't like coming
I
in.
think this is the same that they were biologically inferior to men, that they just aren't as
No,
intelligent.
I don't think he said they just aren't interested
Oh, okay.
in the tech field,
They might be the
but
same
they're
guy, I don't
pushing for more women to be into Google, or pushing for more women to apply to Google. But he just basically said that like women just don't, or maybe just women just aren't like they just don't care to be here, like they just don't want to be here.
I don't know.
We might be talking about the same guy, because it might have been spun a different way. Because
I think he was Indian, no?
Because I read
No, it was a white guy.
It was a white guy.
guy?
It was a white
Yeah.
guy.
Oh,
Because
well, then
I
you guys
read
know
it.
what-
I read it and like it was a different guy. I don't know, but there was one guy.
How long
who-
ago was it?
It was like a year or two ago.
I think this guy was like 2016.
Okay, I don't know,
I
but there's
I fucking
one
watched
guy.
him on Joe Rogan's podcast. That's all I know.
Okay, because there's one guy where like the right was trying to spin it one way, but I actually read what he wrote, and he wrote like, oh, that like women are biologically inferior to men and are less intelligent. So like, why are we trying? He was pretty much saying that by bringing more women, they're gonna bring down the intelligence.
Yeah,
to Google.
see the guy that was
And I'm
on-
like, okay, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
The guy on Joe Rogan's podcast did not seem like that kind of guy. He was very
Okay.
humble. He was very like soft spoken. Like he wasn't even
Okay.
angry that they fucking fired him. You know?
okay.
Like
We
he was
can
just
look
giving,
at-
he
we
was
can
giving
look
out
into
his
this.
side of the story. But yeah,
Okay. We can look into this to see. But like, that's the thing. Like I'm glad that you brought that up though, because there's a lot of push to that, right? To like
yeah,
make it more
That's
even.
the forced diversity I'm talking about.
Right. But this is where it gets tricky though. Cuz I agree. Like I don't think we should force it. Like I don't think Google should say, "Okay, we're only going to hire as many men as we hire women." I don't think that's the solution. But I do think the solution is, cuz we have to admit that there is this type of like stereotype that like, "Oh, you're a woman, like you shouldn't be interested in that," right? Or like you think of like toys or video games, right? They've been marketed to target a certain market. You know what I mean? Or certain fields. There's an expectation like, oh, a man will want to use his hands, and there's this like idea of like, oh, like you're a woman, like and want to be a car mechanic. That's weird. You know what I mean? Like that does happen. And I think that setting up programs to give more girls the opportunity to explore those things as a child, I don't see any problem with that. I think that's something that you should do, but that's the key. It should start with the youth, right? It should start with giving whoever it is, male, women, whatever, an opportunity to do that, an opportunity to explore these fields and not feel some type of like judgment for it. You know, like if a boy wants to be a fashion designer, that's fine. If he wants to do that, let him do that. Don't like fucking strike down his hopes and dreams. And if a woman wants to be or a young girl wants to be a rocket scientist, yeah, that's fine. But by the time they're adults, they've made their decisions of what they want to be. You know what I mean? I feel like once you're 18, your life is in your own hands. It doesn't matter what society's telling you. It doesn't matter what your parents are telling you, your friends, your boss, whatever. Your life is yours, you know? And if you decide to do this and you decide to do that, that's your choice. That was your decision. You could cry all you want and say that, oh, it's because of society, blah, blah, blah. Society fucks all of us because we all are society, you know?
Yep.
And I understand that some people's struggles are harder than other people's, but everyone fucking struggles. 99% of the population struggles. No one, unless you're like filthy rich and you got a fucking small loan for $1 million to start your business, you didn't have, you know what I mean?
Dad?
Most of us didn't just have a simple handout, and I don't think it's fair to like discredit anyone's struggles over another, like you can't just how it's unfair to say, oh, you can't be depressed. Your parents didn't die like this person, so why are you depressed? Like, that's not fair to do, right?
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be fair to say anything with struggle either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, I've never been homeless, but that doesn't discount the struggles that I've had in my life. Same with you or you.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I also agree with that. I don't think forced diversity like that is an issue, which I don't think we've gotten to that point yet. And I'd like to hope we don't get to that point, just because you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot. Imagine if we said we're only going to hire as many male construction workers as we hired women or female construction workers.
You wouldn't have any construction workers.
You would, yeah.
When I first started, they wanted to get at least 2% of the carpenters union to be female. 2%.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even scratched that. They haven't even gotten close to that.
But yeah.
And it's not necessarily, it's not anyone's fault.
It's not anyone's fault, and I understand if they want to do that.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, like, maybe women just don't want to do that. How are you going to get women to just want to come and be a carpenter? It's hard.
That's what I was going to say
It's not
earlier
easy.
as well. Like, I feel like it's almost like an agenda. If you call anything a man's job, it's like, well, why is that a man's job? Well, women can't do it. Like, no. If you just look at the statistics, it's 99% men. Well, maybe not even, or 99.999% men, 0.1% women.
Yeah.
Women just aren't interested.
It's
I mean, there could be a lot of like other factors as well. Maybe they're not exposed to it more.
Just
or
dominated.
whatever. But
you look at
the end of the day,
like I said, you look at nurses, you look at teachers, like they're all dominated by women.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing. Like, I don't like. At the end of the day, those are all adults making that decision.
Yep.
Those are all adults. Start whatever programs you want for children to expose them to that. That's fine. Because if they decide that they're interested in that, that's fair. At the same time, don't force kids. You know what I mean? But give them the opportunity. Give them the option. You know what I mean? But once you're an adult, it's fair game, man. It's fair game, I think. Of course, I'm not saying to discriminate or anything like that, but you can't blame people for their decisions and what they're into once they're an adult. You know? Like, it's exactly that. It's just women might not be interested in that.
Yeah.
Just same thing with men. Men just might not be interested in that either. Men just might not be interested in fashion. That's okay. That's fine. That fucking happens.
Yeah.
A lot of men don't want to be called a nurse.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, like, we shouldn't fucking put them down for it either.
No.
You know?
I don't like fucking
Yeah.
I think, like, it's just a name. You know what I mean? I think if people made it have like a feminine aspect to it, yes. Maybe
I think
just because women have been associated with it.
I think that's what it is that we're trying to figure out now, is like we're trying to solve that issue. We're trying to solve the issue of how people think, because generally when we say scientist, we generally think of a man. You know what I mean? If we say engineer, we generally think of a man. If we say soldier, we generally think of a man. And I think as a society, people are trying to figure out how to change that. But it's very hard to change how people think without stepping on people's toes. I don't know. I think, there's going to be imbalances. We're not going to have a world that's 50-50 in everything, in every field, in every, subject or area. It's not going to happen.
which is okay.
Yeah. Give people the choice. Don't shame people based on their background or their gender or whatever. No one should be limited because of that. But at the same time, we should respect that there's going to be those imbalances, you know. And that's another
Yeah.
thing too. Like
There should be equal opportunity, but not equal. What's the word? Fuck, I can't think of the word.
Like expectations.
No.
I don't
No,
wanna,
equal opportunity, but not like we shouldn't expect equal outcome.
yeah. There can be equal outcome.
Yeah. But there should be equal opportunity that
Uh-huh.
whatever it is that you want to do. But to
Yeah.
expect equal outcome, like that's
I think that's a thing that, like, I understand that there are a lot of struggles that women face that myself as a man, I don't have to deal with, right? There's a lot of struggles that they face. There's a lot of experiences that I just won't understand because I'm a man. But I would just, like, I would like to see that empathy on both sides, because there's also a lot of struggles that men have to face that women don't understand, you know? Through all of history, even to this day, like we're in this era of fighting for equality, and it's still only men that have to sign up for the draft. And there isn't a single voice that's fighting for that equality. There's not a single voice saying, well, what the fuck? Why, how come women aren't fighting for the draft either? No one's saying that. At least not that I know of. And it's like that kind of like, so it's like, okay, you want all the benefits, but you don't want to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's still an overwhelming of men that are in prison. There's still an overwhelming number of men that are victims of violent crimes. And it's like, why? I don't know. Like, I just want it on both sides, I guess. And I'm not trying to discredit what women go through and stuff, but it's just like, if I could be an ally for you, how come you can't be an ally for me? You know, and maybe that's doing something and expecting a return, like we were talking about before. But
I mean, but that's the only way that you can have equality, you know, is if you expect something in return.
Yeah, I guess so.
or just being a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, why can't we help each other? You know.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's one of the biggest things that upsets me about the, like, military industrial complex is how it targets young men to recruit. You know what I mean?
Man, have
they
you seen the
specifically target. Yeah, you look at the commercials,
Looks like COD.
and no one's saying anything about that. Like, they are taking advantage of young men who don't have any other options, but no one gives a fuck, because who cares if a man dies in war? That's happened all of human history, right? So whatever. It's like, no, fuck that, man. They're drafting these young men who have no other options to fight for what? For what fucking reason?
No other reason.
For money. It's always fucking money, man. But, like, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about it. You know? It's like, I don't know, man. That's bullshit. Yeah.
Do you want to fly this jet? Only takes one signature from your fellow recruiter. Sign up now.
Yeah. And I think that's why I just watched Starship Troopers,
Dude,
last
I
week.
fucking love that movie,
Dude,
Great
and
movie.
it's so fucking satirical, and I'm sure
I
there's
love that movie.
I'm sure there's so many people where it just goes right over their head, but that's what it's fucking pointing out. Is
Yeah.
how fucking ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
Find out more. Click here. Find out more. Like, that's the whole movie, and I'm like, yes, dude.
yeah.
Fuck
or
that shit.
or service guarantees citizenship.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that they
Yeah.
call, do you want to be a citizen or not?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
mhm.
But citizen is joining the military and fighting.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Dude, I fucking love that movie.
That
though.
movie's great.
Rico.
Another thing too, like, I don't want to be too. Take what I say with a grain of salt, people. All right, I don't have the answers, and I don't think I have the answers. I'm just sharing what my thoughts are. So don't fucking come at me saying, "Oh, well, you said blah blah blah." Well, why are you listening to me and taking my opinion? Specific, like, I don't know, but I don't want to be too controversial. But I know as well.
I think there's an importance. There is some significance that comes from being controversial, because it's the stuff that people don't want to say but should be said. Right?
Yeah.
These things should be said.
Yeah.
Like when there's an argument about the gender pay gap, it's like, well, women decide to go into careers that pay less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that anyone's fault if they decide to do that? No.
Yeah.
How are you gonna make that equal?
I
How are you
think-
gonna force women to go into careers that they don't want to do?
Yeah.
How are you going to force women to get careers when they want to be a stay-at-home mom? How are you going to do that? You're not.
I like, because one thing too, I've attended a lot of talks about this. I've attended conferences about this, and one thing that a lot of people will say is that it's hard for women in STEM because the majority are men, and they feel alone, and they feel that they don't have other women to like connect with, type of thing. And I sympathize with that, but I feel like that's not a valid excuse, really. For instance, and this is the reason why. I, as a Latin American, feel like it's like me saying this. This is an example. I, as a Latin American, don't see many other Latin Americans in STEM, so I'm not going to do STEM. You know what I mean? Like, so then what's the solution? You're going to say, like, okay, then it has to be equal parts Latin, Black, Asian, white, whatever in STEM. You know what I mean? Like, if I like STEM, I like STEM. I like computer science. Latin Americans are the smallest percentage of like minority in computer science, but I'm not going to quit because of that reason. Like, I like it. Of course, I don't want to be discriminated against that because of that, and I know I never will because of the way I look. I understand that, but that's not like, I'm not going to quit because of that reason. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people feel that way though. I feel, and I've been a victim of that too, not feeling like not feeling like I belong in certain, even when I'm in like different cities or whatever, and I just see, whatever I see, the demographic. But I feel like people, really, or Latin Americans really feel that they don't belong in, which I think is a valid feeling. Yes. Should you not feel that way because you do belong? Yes, you belong anywhere, right? Doesn't matter what color you are. But it's just, yeah. I think that it's also a feeling of just being inferior. Maybe things that have been put in their head, and coming from.
Yeah. It's just like, how, like, what is the solution?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's the thing.
To me, the solution is like, to if you like, obviously what you said, if you like it, do it. Who cares what? Yeah. Who cares what the predominant race is? Who cares what? You know what I mean? If you don't, I don't know, dress as good as them, who cares? Your brain and learning is what matters. It's not what everything else is. It's not what, you know what I mean, the aesthetic is. It's what you want. It's what you want to learn. It's what you want to make a career. But
I think that's the thing. Like, I know for myself, the reason why I felt that is because no one in my family is in that. You know what I mean? Most of my family are manual workers, but I'm not going to blame anyone for that. That's what was handed to my life, to like my family, and that's what's happened in my life, but I'm not going to let that define me. And I think a lot of people do that. They let that define them, and they let those situations define their opportunities. Again, I understand that there's a lot of people who it literally does affect their opportunities. There's a lot of people. I definitely know that there's a lot of racism still available, and I know there's people in power who will change someone's life based on the color of their skin. I know that. But like, I guess my point is, like, you can't just pass legislation to fix this. It all comes down to education. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to education. It comes down to giving opportunities to kids, letting them understand that they have the choice to make. And that's what it is. But to say, like, all right, we can only hire, this for this, like, it's just not a solution, And what I think about too is, like, again, I'm sure I'm going to piss some people off with this, but people will talk about, like, sports, right? And say, like, why the fuck do male basketball players get paid this much, but females basketball players get paid this much? What the fuck, right? Like, that's unequal. It should be equal. If he's getting paid this, then she should be getting paid this. 50% of the population is male and 50% of the population is female, okay? Roughly. Sure, there's going to be a little bit of discrepancy, but roughly we could say that. And that money comes from viewers. It comes from advertisers, right? Like, the only reason that exists is because more males are interested in sports. If there was that many females interested in sports, watching female sports, it would be equal, right? But what are you going to do? You're going to, like, obviously you can't force women to watch female sports. You can't do that.
Yeah. How dare you say such a thing?
But, like, so what are you going to do? You're going to, like, strike down the male athletes to make it equal? Like,
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense.
It was like the U.S. soccer teams, the national teams. The females are obviously the greatest female soccer team ever, right? And they were getting paid less than the males, but I'm pretty sure they opted into a shitty fucking deal in the first place. And they want to get mad about how much they're getting paid. Well, you opted into a
You
shitty
agreed to
fucking deal.
Yeah.
Like, be mad
It
at
just-
yourself.
I think...
But obviously they should get paid more because they win World Cups like fucking... They just walk in there and just walk out with it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they deserve to get paid more.
I think this is what it is. I finally figured out how to describe this. Society treats everything as a zero-sum game. And what that means is they think that only one person can win. And they think if that group is winning, then that means we have to take away what they have so that we can be winning. You know what I mean? But that is not the case.
Yeah.
If you want to see equality in female sports, then watch female sports. If you're not doing that, then don't tell me shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you want to see equality in women in STEM, then go out and help introduce these topics to girls and make it known that they have that option. If you're not doing that, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The other thing with that too is like the people that play this victim mentality like also think that there's only a limited amount of resources. There's only a limited
Yeah.
amount of money in the
They
world.
think
There's only
that,
a limited
yeah.
amount of food. There's only a limited amount of property. Like, that's not the case. The people that are successful know that billions of dollars is being printed every fucking day.
Yeah.
Billions.
Yeah.
And they're going out there and getting it because they know that it isn't going to run out. It's just going to keep getting pumped into the system.
Yeah.
But the people that aren't successful just look at it as like, yeah, there's only so much in the world. I mean, I just got to get what I can.
Yeah. It's just like, because I've spent my time trying to like participate in this. Like, part of my club is we bring Girl Scouts onto our campus, and we just have STEM labs for them to experience all the different like science colleges on campus.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's definitely girls who are like, yes, I want to do this. I want to be a scientist. I want to be a computer scientist. I want to do biology. I want to do that. And there's girls who say, yeah, I want to teach. Like, I like kids. I like teaching people.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's fine. Like, it's just people will decide what they want to do, and it's like, I don't know. It's just annoying. I think what annoys me is that the majority of people who are the loudest are the ones who aren't doing shit. You know what I mean? They're just at home fucking spewing out their opinion all over the internet. But it's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing to help? Like, what are you doing to actually be like
An advocate.
an advocate and like see the truth? Like, go out there and see the truth. Go out there and try to help, and you'll get a better understanding of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's easy to sit at home and fucking say whatever you want to say, but if you're not doing shit about it, then I'm not going to take your opinion that seriously.
I just feel like those statistics are merely in place because of decision making. You know what I mean? Women decide. You know, only a few percent of women decide. Not even percent want to be a construction worker.
Mm-hmm.
And you get those the statistics from deciding. You know what I mean? Like, but it's weird that they're trying to like flip it and try to make it seem like, you know, maybe construction companies are discriminating against women, or not just construction companies, just men.
Or that they just think they're not capable.
Yeah, that they're not
of doing
capable of doing it. It's like, no, they could do it, right? It's just
Yeah.
they're deciding not to.
Which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Like, I respect that you enjoy your field. I don't want to do that, man.
Yeah.
That's too much work, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I you know what I mean? And it's with other things too. I have no interest in being a doctor, you know?
Fuck no.
But no one's telling me that it's because society made me feel that way. Maybe
Yeah.
they did, but like, it doesn't change the fact that I have no interest in doing that.
Yeah.
Fucking being a doctor scares me, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
Dude, there's a reason why they call it, like, they say practicing medicine, because at any moment it could be a routine fucking surgery and that doctor will kill you and they'll be like, oh shit, learn from that one.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Death 10:30 p.m.
It's funny because I was talking to a manager today at some of the drugstores that I go to, and she was saying how her brother-in-law had COVID, and that she didn't know he had COVID until like 2 weeks later, and he was still on what's it called, incubator, not incubator,
Respirator. An incubator.
He was on a
So you put eggs in, bro.
I can't remember the name. A respirator, sorry. And he couldn't breathe on his own or something. And then apparently he wasn't waking up. He was in a coma. And she said the doctor called her and said, well, your brother-in-law's in the hospital. He's in a coma. He had COVID. We're not sure if he's, gonna make it. And then he hung up. And then she was like, yeah. I was like, what the hell? But back to your point about
God damn.
saying, like,
No
he
empathy.
died. It's routine.
Yeah.
I was like telling her, I was like, it's routine to them. You know what I mean?
It's decent.
Like, obviously, I expect them not to hold any emotional attachment to every,
Yeah.
because I'm sure they see a lot of death every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on to some
They
empathy.
kind of have to learn how to.
Yeah, they have to learn how to do that.
Yeah, they learn how to cope. That's
it
how they
sucks,
cope.
to me, but it's just part of the job.
Did you guys hear about the guy in New York that he was diagnosed with COVID, and when he came out, his medical bills were like $1.9 million?
Holy
Jesus
fuck.
Christ, no.
No. America, number one in everything, huh?
How do you fucking?
But New York also just said today that they're reopening all the schools.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is one thing that I found out recently that I just want to put out there, because I know a lot of people are saying that a lot of hospitals like buffing up the numbers of COVID, right?
What do you mean buffing?
Like someone will die of something else, but they'll say it was COVID to get like more money or whatever, more funding or
because
whatever,
they don't have as many elective surgeries going on.
something.
I think that's the argument being made.
I don't think that's true. This was brought to my attention from my therapist, and I did a little research into that. That is like illegal. That is illegal to do.
Yeah.
And if you do that, like, you are fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And not only will the hospital see repercussions, but whoever was involved with that will see repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
And like, even for instance, let's say you have COVID and you're in the hospital, but you get a heart attack and die. Even though you had COVID, because COVID was not the direct cause of death, they can't report that as a COVID death.
I've been hearing the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Who are you hearing that from?
Well, just from, I guess, articles. I don't know if they have any credibility, but
Yeah.
It's just, and my point always goes down to this: do your research, people.
Yeah.
Like, do your research. It's so easy to make these fucking statements, but actually look into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When these statements were being made, the first thing I thought was like, that sounds illegal to me. But then again, how much do we know? Like, yeah, it's illegal, but who's really,
Keeping track.
Yeah,
I think
that's the thing I worry about, especially with like fucking thousands of cases being reported.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is that the way that it's
when it's
portrayed,
the main narrative being pushed.
Yeah, it's just the way that it's portrayed is that like it's no big deal, and it's like, oh yeah, everyone's just doing it. You know what I mean? But they don't. It's the same old fucking thing with the media. The full picture is never painted.
Listen, the media thinks that Epstein killed himself, so
yeah.
what's that telling you?
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna say that it hasn't happened at all. Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah.
But to say that, that's the majority of numbers. Like, no, that's not true. Yeah, that's just not true.
Back to the whole school thing, though. When I was hanging out with Daniel and his family, because his cousins are basically like living with him, I was asking them about the Netherlands, because I don't know anything about them. But, the first thing that when they found out that children aren't really affected of it, they like kept the schools open completely over there.
Oh, really?
And I was like fascinated by that. I was like, wow, like it really is like a different story wherever you go. Like this is how they did it. This is how they did it. You know, like completely different things. And now I'm saying, am I saying we should open schools? No. Would I like to see it? Yeah, sure. Because I feel like there's like going to be long repercussions of children not going to school. But I also know that this administration has not put out a serious plan.
Yeah, to do it safely.
To help the schools have guidelines to open back up. But yeah, it was just interesting hearing that, you know, the whole COVID thing from their perspective, from ours, you know. It was really cool.
Dude, hypocrisy irks me, man. And I can't help but point out the fact that it's like, oh, yeah, we can open up schools. That's fine. The election, though, maybe we should push that back. Like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Or the whole,
Jesus.
Or you can protest, but we can't have large crowds anywhere. So everything has to stay closed.
Yeah, or not even that, the hypocrisy of like, oh, they're protesting for this, looters. Oh, they're protesting because masks are an infringement of their rights. Oh yeah, they're peaceful protesters, even though they're fucking armed up to the T. Yeah, that's fine. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, how do people not see the hypocrisy in that shit? And that's a whole other fucking thing, that wearing a mask is an infringement on your fucking rights. Wearing a seatbelt, is that an infringement on your rights? Having the FDA approve which foods you can eat, is that an infringement on your rights? You know what I mean?
I'm sure people have made the argument for it.
Obviously not as fucking hard as they're making on the fucking mask thing. And that goes down to fuck all you politicians for making this fucking political. Okay? This is a scientific issue. Dude. This is not a fucking political issue. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm done. No, one thing I'll say, man. I try to stay central, but I gotta say this: fuck the right for trying to say anti like science, dude. Like, I hate that narrative that's coming out. Like, dude, that's fucking dangerous to be saying like, oh yeah, scientists, oh they're in on it with the Democrats. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna tell me the majority of scientists are in on it, that they're under some fucking payroll that they're keeping under wraps, they're keeping it hush hush. Oh yeah. Fucking, we're just gonna say that COVID's dangerous because we're getting money, and no one's gonna fucking squeal about it. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, now I'm done. Jesus.
Okay. I'm scared of you right now. He's gonna pull out a gun.
It's the most level of hypocrisy we've ever seen.
Okay.
Do you think they should have debates? You know what fucking hypocrisy bothers me? The whole fucking mail-in ballot thing. Like, we've never had a problem with mail-in ballots.
Oh, but all of a sudden
it's a big issue. Yeah. Oh, we're going to see voter fraud. Bitch, please. I don't think there's been a single election that's gone down in this country's history that hasn't seen some level of voter fraud.
Yeah, that's true.
That's been voter fraud every election.
Yeah.
But we don't make it a big deal because, like, no one talks about it.
Yeah. Scared he's going to lose.
I just think, yes, 100%. That's what it is.
Do you think they should have debates?
I think if
6 feet away, yes.
I think if we could
it's two guys. They could put a whole fucking mile between them.
I think if we could have the NBA season still fucking happen, yes, we could fucking have debates.
Have you guys watched basketball?
Yes, dude, it's weird, man.
The fucking crowd is weird. They're on screens.
Oh yeah, it's virtual.
It's virtual
crowds.
Well, baseball, they have fucking like stuffed or cutouts.
Of
like
people?
The Dodger game, you can like pay like $25 and have your cutout like in the stands.
Fucking weird,
or
man.
like the NHL, like they have like I don't know this for sure, but they have like a fake crowd noise.
Oh really?
For when like they score, like that's so fucking weird.
It's weird, man.
It's so weird.
It's fucking weird. Or dude, did you hear about how much fucking money was spent on that Cardi B and fucking what's the other lady? Something the Stallion music video. Megan, did you hear how many millions of dollars they spent on COVID tests just to make that music video happen?
No.
Jesus, I don't know.
It was like a lot of fucking money. Just to have to make sure all the crew and all the people in the music video. Where are our priorities? Where the fuck are our priorities, man? And like, who the fuck is handing out these tests? I would love to see some regulation on that. Like, oh, you're gonna take up fucking 3,000 tests to film this music video? Fuck you! Like, what the hell? We don't need that right now. We don't need a Cardi B music video right now.
Fucking do one of those fucking hand thermometers.
I don't know, man, but
99.1, you're good.
These last couple of weeks, I have not like paid any attention to like COVID or like none of that shit.
My
Wow.
issue is that I've been using Reddit more the last couple weeks. So like,
dude, I've been slowly getting back into Reddit too.
oh really? Like unintentionally, I'm getting like back into the news feed. I need to just like focus. I need to come back down. You know, just focus on my little bubble.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That shit just been like, I just read some. You know what I mean? You know what it is. You read some shit and you're like, oh my god, that pissed me off. Like, getting all angry over this. It's like, for what? I need to chill out. Just focus on like my cats. Go back to my cats, cooking, video games. Here's something unpolitical that kind of outraged me. Emily was like trying to cut an orange, and one of the knives was so dull it wouldn't go through. I'm like, what the fuck? In this household, I need to fucking sharpen those things.
Do you see this whetstone? Not gonna happen.
Dude, it's funny. There's a King of the Hill episode where Hank gave Bobby a whetstone for his birthday so that he could sharpen the blades of the lawnmower. He's like, and once you sharpen them, I'll let you mow the lawn for the first time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, dude, that's fucking amazing. Imagine that, getting a whetstone for your birthday.
Dude, just
To sharpen
lawnmower blades.
think of the fucking writer that came up with that. Like, what the fuck were you smoking when you came up with that?
Amazing.
He was smoking genius.
Man.
That's a strain.
Oh, weird fucking time we're living in, man. Weird fucking time.
You know, I'll say this though, I'm fucking grateful for it.
I have too.
Yeah.
It's
A lot of
it's the
things.
weirdest time, but it's the best time to be alive.
Puts a lot of things in
Yep.
perspective.
Yep.
I do, like, I don't know, hearing that you can pay $25 to have your cut out in a stadium. It's like, man, I kind of miss going on baseball games.
Dude, right?
Like,
It's just weird to think how long it's been since like we've been in a bar,
yeah.
or at least I've been in a bar.
Well, yeah, we were there a couple months ago. What were we there, like a month or two ago? When we
Where
went to
were we?
Long Beach.
Oh
What?
yeah, you guys went to Long Beach,
Remember?
Oh,
yeah, we
on
rode
the
down
ride,
there.
on the ride, yeah.
Yeah,
dude. I feel like I haven't been
dude, it
to a
felt fucking
bar.
great.
I haven't been to a bar since your birthday.
That was the last time. That was like the last week, the last weekend.
That was before, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit really hit the fan, and we went on lockdown.
yeah,
That's crazy.
It's the last time I've been to a bar.
dude.
What a time, man.
Yeah, March.
I don't really feel like I miss it all that much, honestly. Like, it's not the bar.
Do you think you're just getting like? Yeah, it's not.
It's not the bar. It's just like hanging out
Yeah.
with the with
outside
Yeah.
drinking, like you
Yeah.
know,
But, like-
music's playing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like, if I could go to a park and just drink in public, I would do that, and I'd feel fine.
Done. When?
I mean, we can't really do that here.
Why?
You just gotta be sneaky about it, I guess.
Dude, we should just go chill at the dog park. I fucking love dog parks now.
not even take a dog. Just like chill out.
Hey, bro, I got plenty of dogs. We can
That's
take
true.
one.
Yeah, dude, you got dogs for all of us.
Just take a tortoise.
Tortoise
What the
to the
fuck,
dog
Andy?
park.
Take a cat.
Dude, I want to get a tortoise, but at the same time, it's just like it'll outlive me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
if I get a tortoise, like my kids are also getting a tortoise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I started. See, instead of getting my kid a dog,
Bro.
I'm getting my kid a tortoise, and you're gonna have that tortoise for your whole life.
Have you seen that fucked up video where it's like, I helped the turtle today, like, cross the street, and then
Oh
the
my
first
God.
comment is like, that was a tortoise.
And they like threw it in a lake or something.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw that. Poor.
He just dropped it in there, and the first comment underneath in the YouTube section, it's just like, that was a tortoise.
R.I.P. that tortoise.
You killed
bro.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to get that tortoise at like
Yeah, like 5, the latest.
Not even 5. Like, I thought they lived past 100. Don't they?
I think. Do they? I thought they lived at.
I think the
so, like,
oldest
around 100.
I think the oldest one was like 120.
So you
Let me
gotta
look
get
it up. Let me
you
look
gotta
up.
you gotta get that
Average.
tortoise at 50, dude.
What do you mean?
You gotta get him at 50 years old to, you know what I mean? He's gonna get to 50, right? He's
Uh-huh.
gonna be 100 by then. He's got 20 more years.
Ah, fuck that, dude.
70, right? So say you're already what? 40? Well, what age do you want to get a tortoise?
Oh, you got to get the tortoise while it's
Yes,
at 50.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty much, man. Let me
He was
look
an
it
old
up.
man already.
Let me look it
Nah,
up.
dude, I would want to get it when it's young and like see it grow into like an old man. Like I'm growing with it kind of thing.
That's fucking wild. Isn't it weird how they're very consistent with their age?
What do you mean?
I feel like almost all tortoises live very, very, very long.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the Aldabra giant tortoise, the average lifespan is from 80 to 120 years old. 20 years old.
This man just say algebra tortoise?
Aldabra. No, Aldabra. Aldabra.
Aldabra.
Aldabra.
Thought he
The
said
Galapagos tortoises are noted to live over 150 years.
God damn.
Dude,
How much do you think those things cost?
but an Aldabra giant tortoise named Adwaita may have lived an estimated 255 years.
That's the secret to prolonging life.
Be slow.
I think fucking some dude who's on fucking Joe Rogan's podcast said that. He said, Why do you think tortoises live so long? Like they don't move, they don't do any exercise, they just slow all the time. And Joe Rogan's like, I don't know if it works like that.
Okay, so the average lifespan of a pet tortoise is 50 to 100 years.
I'd be cool with that.
So it says, if you take one as a pet, be prepared to provide a lifetime of care and consider that your pet might even outlive you. Dude, that's a higher average than us, I think.
Dude, if my kids became assholes, I'd just leave all my shit to the tortoise. Sell all my assets and just like hire a nanny to take care of it for the rest of its life.
Think until he says yes or no, he has everything.
Average lifespan.
Hey, teach him with the message board.
That's crazy. Average lifespan of a human is 79
Slow.
years.
Slow.
Slow.
Lettuce.
Lettuce.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Because I don't know. Is that like a direct argument? Because it could be. I mean, it's not like an invalid point. Is it a direct argument that you don't really have to fucking exercise?
I don't think so.
No.
Why do they live so long?
I don't know, but I don't think we should.
I'm not saying we should do that because obviously
But like, is there like
exercising is being
is there a
healthy.
correlation?
Is there a correlation?
I don't know, man.
don't
When I
know.
don't exercise, my whole fucking body hurts.
Do you think they're just hurting
think
for
it
like
depends
100
on the
years?
species.
I haven't been stretching for 2 days, and I
Maybe.
feel like my fucking lower back is gonna snap off from the rest of my body. Like just,
I
like
mean, it could be.
I'm just gonna snap in half.
Maybe it could be the amount of energy. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Because obviously energy is finite. They don't have to exert. Well, that just goes back to them eat slow, I guess. But
Real quick, what do you think was the longest or like the oldest living cat? How many years?
35. Domestic house cat?
Yeah.
I'm going 35. No,
Okay.
56.
that's a good guess.
56. What do you think?
I'm going 56.
48.
Damn, you guys are overshooting 38.
38.
38.
Damn.
You're close on the. But that's still a fucking long time, bro. 38.
Yeah. Dude,
You're
my buddy's
like
cat.
we might not make it 38 more years.
My buddy's cat is 19 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
Yes.
fucking crazy.
I'm expecting my cat to hit 20. That's what I'm kind of hoping for.
Misty's fucking like 12 or 13 years old.
Mm,
She's an old bitch. She still
Yeah.
moves good.
she does.
She
Yeah,
does.
she doesn't look all slow or
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, 38, man. That's pretty crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm hoping Oreo lives long too. I'm gonna be a sad motherfucker when she dies. Tell you that.
Oh, man.
I know I will be too when my cats. Dude, it's so
Dude,
cool to
they-
say that. I have cats, bro.
Dude, going to the dog park makes me sad because I keep seeing dogs that look like Snookums.
Oh yeah,
I'm
R.I.P.
like,
man.
I keep telling Alyssa, I'm like, that's what Snookums used to look like. And she's like, wow, you really like Snookums. I was like, he was a cool dog.
He was a cool dog. He would have still been around, man.
He never barked.
No, man. That was a well-behaved dog.
Yeah, he
bro.
was so
That
chill.
was a well-behaved dog.
And I think because of Snookums, I just like that breed now. Like
The
I'm like, oh, he looks so
Schnauzers?
fucking cool, man.
Dude, their fucking beard.
Yeah.
It was the
Like
best
cowboys.
thing, scratching his little beard. Like cowboys.
Yeah, they look like cowboys.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
that was my favorite. Like one of my favorite things. Like petting him was a treat for me. Like I just love scratching his little beard.
He was
and,
so
like,
soft too.
yeah, he was a good dog.
Yeah.
he was a good dog.
Yeah.
Hopefully my parents get another one. Hope they do.
You should just get him one and just fucking.
Well,
Here, I can't take care of this. Here.
apparently they're gonna be moving soon.
Oh, yeah.
They're like getting ready to start packing, so I might just get them a little housewarming gift.
Dang.
Imagine.
Where are they moving you? Or
Like as soon as they
Same
walk
area.
in, it's just
Okay.
there with a bow.
Yeah. Surprise. Welcome home.
No, don't even be there. Just like,
Oh, just leave it there.
just leave like a little note on it.
take care of me, please.
Love me.
Just
Yeah.
throw it at him.
My name
Yours.
is Jimmy.
I think I'll wait a little bit, just because if they end up, because they've been saying that they want to wait until they move to get a pet. So I'm gonna let them, see if they get a dog. Because ideally, I'd want them to pick their own pet, But I'm saying this now. If they're listening, you have 1 year. If you don't get a pet within 1 year of moving, just get ready.
Bro, I'd give him like
Get him a
3
cat.
months.
3 months,
Yeah, 3 months.
maybe a cat too.
I think
Ca-
your cat
cat
would
might be
fit-
better.
I think a cat would fit them perfectly.
Yeah, cat might be better.
Especially Alex.
Yeah. Dude, even when I brought Disco over, dude, I swear to God, it took like 5 minutes for him to be like, oh, dude, she likes me. I could tell he was getting excited about her.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. Yeah, just I can just see a cat laying on the headrest of a couch and Alex is there on his computer.
Yeah, I can too, definitely.
And he's just like,
Just like, yeah, a little pet here and there.
it's like, all right, back to work.
Give him a treat. Yeah.
I can see him talking to it too.
Dude, it was funny because when I didn't tell my parents that I got a kitten, and Alex, or my stepdad, he came over to help me pick up some like a little piece of furniture I got, and I didn't think about it. And he came in, he's like, "What the like? Who's that guy?" But he didn't say anything. And I even asked him, like, "Oh, what'd you think of the kitten?" He's like, "He's cute." I'm like, "Cool." I thought he would be like, "What the fuck? Are you getting more cats?" But no. And then even my mom, because before I told her, because I ended up signing up for this like virtual like meet and greet with kittens at a shelter, and I told her about it before. She's like, I wouldn't get another cat if I were you. And then I told her, and she's like, I had a feeling you're gonna get a kitten. And like right away, she's already like in love. She's like, oh my god, he's so cute. Yeah, so I feel like a cat would be good for them. They would like it. Yeah.
I think it's just parental instinct to be like, no, you shouldn't do that. No.
This is the default answer.
A lot of times
No.
they might be right, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Shit.
You guys ready to wrap up?
Yes, sir. Rito's Auto Square.
Doritos Auto Square.
I gotta pee again.
.com.
Well, who's next then? Well, normally after Daniel is who?
Me.
Okay. Do you want to go next or no?
Yeah, I think I can think of something.
Sounds good. Cool. I'll just lead it off. Hope you enjoyed this random episode. We'll have a more prepared
No,
topic.
we won't.
Hopefully. We'll see. Tune in next time. But once in, always in. Thank you for joining the circle. Goodbye.
Yes, thank you for listening to this very long podcast. Yeah. Have a good night or day, all you people in India. And peace.
If you're listening this far, go fuck yourself.
Go get a hobby, yeah?
What are you listening to us for, you fucking
You
loser?
driving and listening to us?
Where are you driving to?
There ain't nothing going on.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it'll work.
I'm just kidding. You're not losers. Don't go fuck yourself. Or go ahead. I don't care. Bye.
Stoya.
Bye.
Destroya.
Bye.
But play is okay.
I cut it off too soon.